Welcome to session number 6.
11.
Session 6. Yes, I did in fact forget to change it in time, so the notification again.
That's why.
Still the old one.
Session
Tricked you all.
Yeah,
Fools.
7-11?
So, the last time we played, our lovely troop of adventurers started to roam around Iridor a bit. Made a few pit stops at various locations, did a bit of shopping, did a bit of selling. Fabian ran into Moxie Marwood, an old business acquaintance. You all stopped by the Morley Trading Company to deliver the unfortunate news about their trading caravan that had been headed east to a rather distraught madam of the business. You delivered the important message from Captain Sarian to Fort Duskbane. Had a conversation with Captain Rees Banningold about the situation out there and received your reward money, which I believe was everybody immediately just went and cashed in to get some studded leather armor. Solid upgrade.
I think so. Well, we're all the same character, so.
Right. Did anybody not do this? Okay. You checked out the notice boards, found a few different listings for jobs and work around town. A few in particular that caught your interest. And I believe where we left off was in the evening on night number 12 of the campaign. You guys had decided that you would go and try and find Annie in the slums and see if you could assist her with the case of the disappearing people.
See if she's okay.
Is she okay? We'll find out after a word from our sponsors.
Mellow Yellow Zero.
Not yet.
Please,
Not until they send us.
or
Free.
also any brands of like solid ginger beer. Also up for getting a supply of that for free shilling.
Really though, liquid ginger beer would be way better.
Touche.
Ah, I see. Oh, nice. Hey,
Yeah, but like you just lose the carbonation.
that's true.
All right. Well, was there anything else that you guys wanted to do around town before shops closed for the evening and you guys head over to the slums? Was there anything?
I should have asked you this like hours ago, at the very least. But did I find anything when I went looking for information?
You did. There was nothing.
Pertinent to
Nothing hugely important. Let me pull up my notes and forward you.
that stuff.
Yes, because I definitely meant to do that prior to right now, but nobody's perfect. So,
I mean, I meant to ask you at like 1:30 today. Like that's like
sync the old notebooks here.
I should have now said before we go back during the session. Here we are.
Oh, I know why. I was like, I swear I had this on my note sheet, and then backside to it. That would be why I couldn't remember what was on it. Yeah, I'll just I'll forward this to you.
I can't believe you didn't want to come look around all 12 corners for more adventure.
But you're going to play around all 12 corners.
Well, just eventually. You don't want to spread yourself too thin on the initial shows.
Gotcha. I understand entirely.
Just enough to bring people back in.
Got teasing.
Exactly.
I'm tired of being bullied. Please stop teasing me.
we meeting back up at the notice boards?
I don't remember where we were meeting back up.
I don't specifically remember either, but the notice boards are about
I
as
think it
big
was
a place as
Notice
any.
Boards.
I think it was the notice boards because our Corinne was getting us rooms and you were going somewhere, and I was also somewhere. Corinne.
Curran.
Corinne.
Curran.
Corinne.
Curran.
Coo.
I am saying
Correct. Oh, is it Fabian butchers it? Fabian butchers it.
your name is what I call you.
Damn.
Ooh, just kidding. That's not it. We'll get there.
No, you're not that far off. You're putting a lot of the emphasis to it.
I didn't notice the first time. I noticed it like the third time when you went Corinne.
Corinne?
Curran.
Corinne.
Yeah.
Corinne.
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 If you can't do it all at once, it's just Corinne.
Corinne.
I do love this idea of the bard of the party can't pronounce
do
the
it.
name.
I just can't do it.
Nobody said
Corinne.
he was good
Corinne.
at
Corinne.
enunciating things.
Corinne.
I'm just
He's just charismatic.
quinine.
Quartz.
Quaaludes.
It's not a bit. I promise. I'm trying. I'm trying. To
It's
pronounce
not
it.
a bit.
It's not a bit.
No, see, I'm
Winking at
I'm
the
doing
camera.
in-game frustration. I'm
Yeah.
just like staring Fabian down as
Yeah.
he struggles with it.
Correct.
So, what exactly is going on here?
Well, I was just telling. I was just telling Coco here about how.
Oh, is that a new pet name that you've made for?
I think pet's
Corinne?
probably a little derogatory. I
Oh, that's much better, actually. My mood has increased substantially.
Plus one to mood.
I'm gonna walk away and I'm gonna go to a store. I'm gonna message you what I'm buying.
Okay.
I think the shop's all closed in like 2 minutes, but so.
Fine, I can find a street vendor.
I'm heading home.
Look, the end of the day,
I don't want
you
to
gotta
sell
wait until
this
the end
to
of the
you.
day to get to get the real deals because people don't want to carry stuff home, right? That's why you go to like a Flesh or Blood event. You wait till the end of the weekend, and they're like, "We don't want to bring this shit back on a plane." And then you buy a box of the set that you really want. What?
This bit doesn't work. Sorry.
What?
I'm iterating through the joke in my head.
Oh, okay, I thought you were telling me my story
No.
doesn't work. I'm like,
No,
this is not supposed
your
to
story
be in
works.
game.
Your
It's not a
story
bit.
works.
This is what Kevin actually
This
does.
is how like real person commerce works when people don't want to carry hundreds of pounds of boxes of cardboard. And but
doesn't work.
so the newer sets are still under map. The older sets are not under map. So if you buy a new box and an old box, they cut you a really good deal on your old box because they can't sell this one for less than a certain amount, but they can hand this one to you for free. It's genius.
Incredible.
Yeah, no. It's not working.
Yeah, we'll just cut it out. We'll start the stream over. We'll take it from the top.
Oh, Mike's on.
We're live.
Oh no, the mic's on.
Corn.
Corn.
This campaign is going to end with a reference to the. Oh, I think the mic's on. That's it. That's how we're going to sign off.
I'm ready for it. Well, hopefully in like 3 years.
We sign off Anterra only to sign back out of new characters.
Because you died.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go to the slums.
Find any?
I suppose.
Kira, you still down for justice and
All the justice.
all the justice?
Just,
All the justice.
So about justice.
Yes, it's going to be just us.
Just us.
And
Was that not what we were saying?
nothing to be gained, really.
I mean, there could be.
Probably not.
There might. I mean, there is
Feeling
something
in your chest when
right.
you leave and you've done something good.
And like, if we help them deal with their problem, they may give us free lodging.
In the slums.
Well, no, they might know someone who knows someone.
Then why are they in the slums?
Because it's like a
I hear people in the slums are quite well connected.
yeah, they know
To other people in the slums.
sometimes.
Mm.
I'm gonna start walking towards the slums.
I thoroughly appreciated that little bit of banter. I was just like, yeah, this is exactly the take you're. Relis's take on it. Just like they can't know if they're in slums.
Listen, I totally want to go.
I'm actually best friends with the
The
mayor
slum lord.
of this place.
Oh yeah, Slumlord Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We he's got
a full roof.
and 7 walls.
Actually, in Iridor,
12 walls.
the slums are the high.
I hear his door locked.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
To the slums. Did we take the writ with us
Yes.
on the board? All right. Did it say where to meet?
It did not. It gives you contacts Annie in the slums. The other,
Right.
this one's a bit less polished than a lot of the other listings, as you might expect.
Yeah, so I'll go into the slums and I'll just,
Yep.
with the writ, first person I see. Excuse me, do you know who Annie is?
It's me.
You
Oh,
found
great.
me.
Yeah.
I stand at the entrance
It's
with an
me.
exclamation point.
So
I think it must be that person with the giant yellow exclamation point above there.
Well, it says Annie
Be a
in
great
white letters
question
above,
when we start
above her
this.
head.
Oh,
It says
I
Annie
see.
in the slums.
Annie
uh,
in the slums.
so your initial attempt to like speak to people over here, maybe the first like 1 or 2 people, instead of they just sort of like scurry away, right? They don't want the attention. But eventually, one of the people that you ask for Annie's whereabouts and show the missing persons notice. It's actually a 10-year-old boy, clearly living on the streets, pretty tattered rags for clothes, and Annie. Yeah, I know Annie.
Can you show me where she is? Where to find her?
I'm not sure if she'll be there right now, but I can try. Follow me. And he just like scurries off down one of the main thoroughfares. You can sort of also, parts of the slums aren't quite as dingy. Like the outskirts of it are still a little nicer, but like as you get more central into the slums, it sort of becomes more and more slummy.
Does the kid seem trustworthy?
Yeah,
I've seen Disney movies.
I don't be led into a trap here.
He does, on the way as you follow him, bust into a musical number and some guards.
I
and
see.
Shake a tower, and there's a monkey involved.
Yeah.
It was quite wonderful.
Does he have a rug nearby? I steal it.
Also, I go for the
He doesn't have a carpet, but he's in possession of a toupee.
But does he seem trustworthy?
D&D.
Give me an insight check.
What's his name? Will.
I'm gonna find out.
I'm about to cast stuff at him.
Actually no, that's
Oh, wait,
This
wrong.
is just a random homeless kid on the street. You guys are like untrustworthy.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm following this kid.
16.
Though to be fair, we are in D&D, so
He's not on the
All
map.
the other characters didn't interact with us. Suddenly, this sketchy kid.
He seems like
This kid who could be sketchy.
no, I think he's fully painted.
He's lying.
seems like an excited child who's happy that he can.
Did you make the
Because you're
contested
asking
deception check?
What?
Or is it a flat DC?
Oh, yeah. I used the passive deception for this child.
What are you scribing? What was your roll?
16.
But no, seems like an excited kid. Honestly, the only weird thing is just that this kid seems to be in relatively high spirits for the fact that they're very clearly living on the streets.
It's getting drunk.
All those mules.
High spirits.
Cheers. So you follow him down this main thoroughfare. For a ways. It's this kid's practically running, but not all the way. But you're, full-grown adult strides. With just a little bit of extra pep in your step, you're having no problems keeping up with him. And again, you do very obvious as you traverse this thoroughfare that things are getting a little more run down. Past the first like abandoned-looking storefront. Most of the structures around here are, in the realm of like 2 to 3 story buildings, some like dingy, cramped apartment type things, or a broken down, abandoned old tavern, that sort of thing. You get the sense that even in the broken down taverns and seemingly abandoned buildings, there's probably some unofficial residents in some of them, but people got to find a place to stay. What's that?
Stay dry.
As you get pretty much into the heart of the slums, the kid turns down one random alley, or seemingly random in your eyes, but as you turn and follow, you see almost like a poorly constructed like wooden fort kind of thing, right? It's sort of built off of one of these random buildings, or like either off of or into. You can't quite tell from here, but sort of ramshackle bits of wood, barrels, random crates and things sort of just form this like entrance to a small structure. And he's just like, this is Annie's place.
Well, I hope she's home. Thank you for taking us. So what's your name?
My name is totally intentional.
It's a weird name.
Very strange.
They take on.
Wow, his parents sure had a sense of irony, huh?
Very nice, very nice.
Very well done. Just
No, he totally has a name. Just give me 10 seconds and I'll have a name.
This is what happens when none of us help.
Every little kid's name is Timothy.
you look like a Kevin.
Yeah. It's
His
a
name's
little
Rinth.
barren.
Rinth.
His name's Baron. I like it.
Baron.
My name
Random kid in the alley, Rinth.
my name is Krona.
Krona.
Well, thank you, Krona, for your help.
I don't know how to handle this.
Can't
I just can't handle this.
handle this right now. Do you have a family, Krona? Anyone you hold dear?
I mean, Annie's awfully nice. She looks out for us.
Okay. Well, here, I'm gonna give him a coin. And then just take care of yourself. Take care of those who are important to you. Stay safe, stay dry, stay well fed. Be careful out there.
What kind of coin is it?
It's a little coin.
Gold coin. Okay,
Cool.
so you just like kind of broke this kid's mind in half.
Have you
I know.
read Name of the Wind?
Yes.
Can you get that kid a gold coin? I'll probably say like under my breath, like
All right, I'll give him 10 silver instead.
I'd be careful with the. Are you?
Just keep
Is it dangerous
Keep it
up here
hidden.
on the street for you?
Sometimes, I mean, we're usually pretty safe when we stay together.
All right. Do you get enough to eat?
Sometimes.
I'm gonna hand him a banana. Here you go.
He readily accepts the gift for scale.
Now just be careful. Don't show all that in one place. You get too much attention.
Oh yeah, no, I know. I'm just gonna. I'll probably give most of it to Annie,
Okay.
and then probably gonna get a toy with these. Just hold on.
Maybe some candy too. But don't spend it all.
Candy.
Never know when a rainy day is gonna come.
Or you could buy vegetables and meat.
That's what I was trying to suggest.
All right.
When's last time you think he's had candy though? Every kid should have candy once in a while.
Should they?
Yeah.
So, would you like
Run
to...
along. Go on.
I love it because it is so true to Relos. Okay. And he runs inside the little covered thing.
Annie, are you inside? Are you home?
Are you okay?
So you see a couple other kids. After Krona runs into the fort, a couple other wander out. Excuse me, sorry, and they sort of like hide and sort of go along the edge of the alley on their way out. And Krona pokes his head back up. She's inside.
Wait. Is the kid a boy or a girl?
Boy.
Oh, okay. They said her. I was like, wait, they have that wrong the whole time?
Looking at them, you wouldn't be 100% sure, but
Long hair.
I've Googled it, and Krona was a boy in that show.
Ah, I see.
What show?
Soul Eater.
Yeah.
Oh.
I just don't know how to handle this right now.
He says it a lot.
It's his catchphrase.
Yeah.
As you turn the corner, the kid summons Gretz and 1d4 Death Knights. Right here. This is Annie.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I'll walk in.
Okay. You have to duck to go under. You even as presumably the shortest member of the party,
Right.
Particularly with the lop ears that aren't.
I'm on the short side of medium.
I'd say I'm guessing like
You're taller than me.
low 5 feet tall-ish in that range or something.
Something like that.
But even you,
Who can
as
keep track?
the shortest of your
Like something
group
over
of four, have to duck a little bit to make your way in.
Fascinating.
And it basically, this little, I don't know, kind of hideout, for lack of a better descriptor, looks like they sort of built onto the back of whatever this abandoned building used to be. As you go through this makeshift entrance, you see the splintered edges of the boards that they sort of they made a hole in the side of this old building, and from the street it probably would be pretty easy to look down, see what looks like a sort of a junk pile, and not really think too much of it. But you step through the low entrance and into kind of a back room. It's a bit on the dirty side, but clearly there's a bunch of street urchins that have been occupying this place. And Krona leads you out into sort of the more main room that kind of seems like it's probably the only real room inside of here. There's a bunch of makeshift beds that in reality are a pile of dingy blankets and that sort of stuff. And it's kind of like you basically just found the most low budget orphanage on the planet. And so this whole room is just mostly beds. A couple younger children in the middle of the room are just playing a game not unlike Jack's, Knuckle Bones in some universes, if you will. But approaching you at this point, once Krona leads you into this main area, is a sort of late teens female human with or human-looking individual, a girl with dirty brown hair that looks relatively well put together, aside from the fact that they also have very clearly just been living on the streets. And she approaches you, and Krona says, "You got my listing. Are you here to help?"
Who has this?
I believe that would be Coco.
No, but I have it.
Kurin.
Yes, we
Kurin.
have.
I'm Annie. And I am okay. No.
Annie, or are you okay? Who are you?
I'm these kids here, you know, and some others. But thank you so much for coming. It's been nearly a week, and I had grown concerned that no one was going to come to help.
We just arrived in the town earlier today, and we don't have a lot of time, but we wanted to come and see if there's anything we could do.
I wish I had more information for you, but the reality of it is people are going missing from the slums. It's happened, you know, a couple times in the last few weeks. There were three people that I didn't think that they were, you know, not the kind of folks to just up and leave without saying something. And it, you know, the first one was a while back, and I didn't think nothing much of it at the time, but you know, they're just not the kind of person to just disappear without saying something, you know. But you know, more recently there were a few more, and there's just no trace of them, and nobody knows where they've gone.
How many total does that make? That you know of?
Over in the last 2 months or so, 4, but 3 of them have been in the last 3 weeks now.
The one that was then the oldest, the one that happened furthest back, there was a big gap between those and the other 3?
Yeah, I mean, look, people disappear for a time sometimes, and sometimes they come back and sometimes they don't. Sometimes people leave, sometimes they, you know, get themselves, you know, thrown into jail just to have a better roof over their head for a while. But I don't know. I didn't take Kymel for someone to, you know, just disappear like that. At least not without telling me something. He used to help me, you know, with all of this, and it's been almost 2 months since I've seen him last.
It's Kymel, you said?
Kymel, Kymil.
Close. I have it right. I had it written again, but that's what I was wondering about.
Are they all? How old does she look?
This girl, late teens. You're not exactly sure, because she's got a little bit of a point to the ear. You can pretty easily surmise that she is a half elf. So it's somewhere in the late teens.
Were they all about your age, or were there any adults taken as well?
It's actually it's mostly adults. Kymel was older than me. Sivis was about my age. Ralph, quite a bit older, but he was kind of crazy, so a lot of people didn't think a whole lot of that one either. But then when Lethai went missing, I just it couldn't just be a coincidence. Not this many people just disappear on their friends and their people that that help each other.
Any where they go missing from?
Nowhere in particular that I know of, except the slums. They usually stay around here. Sometimes folk venture out to, steal, try and ask for some money. Do what you got to do to survive. But I don't know. Is the quick and easy answer? I'm not sure.
Have there been any rumors that have come to your ears, or anybody hanging out around the slums that shouldn't be here?
I mean, not that I know of. I mean, there are some folk who come here to try and disappear, but nothing out of the ordinary recently that I know of. And you know, these kids, they they can be a little incoherent at times, but you know, we usually have a pretty good idea of what's going on in our area. And no one knows, and that's why it's so troubling. Yeah, it almost feels like a sick thing to say, but if they just all turned up dead, that'd be less surprising. But
So if you knew all four of these people, do you know more or less know most of the people that live here, or are these just the ones that you know of that disappeared?
these are just the ones that I know of that have disappeared. There might be more. I'm not really sure.
Have the ones who have gone missing been generally helpful people like yourself?
I mean, Civ has usually helped me out. Ralph wasn't really helpful. He was kind of nuts, but you know, he was nice enough. Just kind of weird, you know. People usually would steer clear of him, but I mean, he's just a nice guy. Just a little crazy, and you know, Lethai, she was perfectly fine. Kymel, you know, he's another one that, you know, would a little more indirectly would help me out here. He, you know, sometimes bring supplies and drop them off for the kids.
Did they have homes that they stayed in around here, or did they move from place to place?
I mean, for Civis and Lethai, it would have been as likely to be found here at night as not. Ralph, who knows? Sometimes you just slept outside. Kymel didn't usually stay here, except maybe in the winter months when it was a bit colder.
And you don't know anyone that might have wanted any of them out of the picture?
I mean, the guards like to give us a hard time sometimes when we're, you know, out trying to make some kind of living, but I can't think of anyone who would just have a problem with people trying to survive.
Is there anyone that they were working with or working for?
Not that I know of. I mean, I know Kymel had some people that none of y'all are guards, right?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so. I just, you know, nothing can happen. If something happens to me, I don't know what's going to happen to these kids. And I just, Kymel would have some people that he'd work with that you know, would help him procure things that would, you know, sometimes help us out. Not always on the up and up, but you know, he was just trying to help everyone here survive too.
I can understand that. Do you know who those associates were? Were they friends, people you're familiar with, or are they?
I don't know any of their names, and he never volunteered it, so I didn't really try and I didn't press the issue, given that he was always helping us out.
Who was the last one to go missing? Lethai.
Lethai. She was the most recent one. It was almost a week ago now. You know, I've been trying to think back to the last time that, you know, and I've asked around a bit for the last time that you know, that these folks were seen, but you know, it seems like it's I don't know, not a perfect schedule or nothing, but you know, it's been about a week since the last one, and it's about a week before that was the last time anybody saw Ralph.
Hmm. Where do you know where Levi was when she went missing?
No, that's just the thing. I don't know that there's like a spot that they're just like one spot that people are disappearing from, or a particular section of the slums.
What was the last thing Levi was doing before she went missing?
Knowing her, probably hitting up some folks in the merchants in the merchant ward for money, but you know, she probably came back for the night. As far as I know, there's not been any witnesses to these disappearances. It just, you know, folks just stopped showing up.
Do all these people have some sort of affiliation with this orphanage? That they help out in some way? Or just the two, Civis and Lethai?
Just
Okay.
Civis and Lethai. I mean, kind of helped us out, but like, you know, not in the same way. And Ralph pretty much had nothing to do with the joint.
Strange. Trying to find some sort of similarity between the four, but there doesn't seem to be much.
Do you know where Ralph frequented?
Any back alley of any tavern he could find something to drink. The one thing that I did find, or you know, when I went looking for Lethai, and when I knew I needed to put up that put the listing up on the notice board, I went to one of the other places in the slums that I knew Lethai would stay if she wasn't going to stay here. I didn't really find much of anything. Outside of maybe dried blood, but like it might not even be hers. I don't even like it's, you know, it's the slums. Bad things happen here all the time, and I don't know if it means anything, but that's all I got.
Sounds like the best lead we have so far.
We
If
can
it's even hers.
We can take a look.
How far away from here is it?
I know several blocks, but you know, it's not too far of a walk over.
This was Lethai's?
This is where Lethai was last known to be.
I think that would be the next step for anyone to look next. I'm sorry this happened.
Thanks. Well, here I don't want to send Cronat out on his own over there when the sun's about to be going down. But let me just get one of the other kids to watch everyone here, and I'll take you to the spot.
Okay. We'll wait outside.
Okay, great. She scurries off for the moment. You guys head back out of the makeshift entrance to this little hideout.
Is anybody watching this hideout, watching us going out of this place?
Make a perception check.
I think it's a 14. It's either 14 or 16. It is a 12.
It's either 14 or 16. It's 12. You don't notice anyone watching you guys in the alley that you are emerging from. But after a couple minutes, was there?
I gotta say, I didn't expect a whole lot of details, but this is pretty sparse.
It's basically nothing.
It really breaks my heart to see these kids in this spot. Who knows what happened to their parents?
No Most of them were probably scum.
You never know what
Not
situation.
the children's fault.
Right.
It's been nice if they wouldn't go around stealing, but desperation does what it does.
I think we see what we can find at this next place, but our best bet might be to. I don't even know that we have any. Actually, no, we probably don't have any influence with the guard, but we can at least report back and see if they can put up an actual flyer.
The missing persons.
Yeah.
They probably wouldn't want to waste the paper. But we could try.
We could try.
Maybe I'm being overly pessimistic.
I don't think so.
Words.
Let's see what this next place has.
For sure.
All right. After, just a few minutes, Annie emerges from the ramshackle hideout. Has, basically just put on like a little bit of like a tunic cloak. It's got a hood, a little bit of a scarf, and she heads out, starts leading the way. It's this way. It's over here. And basically leads you, further deeper into the slums, or at least the entirely vacated buildings are a little more frequent, and the presence of squatters or people who are just living in these abandoned rundown buildings are a little more obvious too.
Does she seem nervous or anxious at all?
Maybe an insight check.
Thinking the same thing. Oh, Daddy.
Insight, you said?
Mm-hmm.
17.
How much?
17.
17. Not bad. I mean, she seems a little nervous, but you definitely get much more a sense of like quiet desperation and maybe a little bit of hope that these four strangers are actually going to try and help find her people.
Honey, out of curiosity, what the building that your orphanage is attached to, is it is that when we entered, was that the building we entered into, like through the side piece? The side building?
Yeah, it was basically like the back, the back of like a storehouse, warehouse kind of thing. It's just a big empty room that's mostly cleared out, except for the new residents.
Right. There's nobody who's interested in seeing you vacate the premises or giving you trouble in that regard, is there? Or really any regard?
I know of. I mean, if people really wanted us out and they had a good reason that helped us move, there's plenty of places, other places for us to stay if it really became a problem. I mean, not plenty, but we've maintained.
Better than fighting whoever is trying to. Yeah, I understand.
All right. Yeah. So at this point, the sun is fully setting. Just the bit of orange on the horizon and the funny blues and purples that usually precede the setting sun.
I see they're fine.
I should. Why do I say words?
I'm just
I
saying in
everything
character.
is an
I'm
opportunity.
just staying in character.
Yeah.
So we got one side that's just like, if you were looking at the sky, one side completely night, other side is like twilight.
Yep. Pretty
Something's
much.
going. Do I guess spin, starting backpedaling a bit? So Fabian, what do you prefer? The daytime or the night?
I can handle myself in either, but it's a little bit easier to find people willing to talk to you in the daytime, to typically. Better performances outside.
It's fair, but in your profession, I would assume taverns are much more kind to you in the evening.
That's certainly fair. Yeah. I'd prefer to be inside at night and outside during the day.
Hmm. How about you, Kier?
I think I could probably prefer the night. It's better for getting things done.
Well put.
Are you a particular fan of one or the other?
Just depends on the day, I suppose.
Or the night.
Okay. Long story short, sun setting. You guys, it's all of like 5 or 6 blocks away, a few turns, and you come to a different alley. This one a little more barren than the alley the hideout is at. But basically down at the end, there's basically a almost just like a wooden wall that's not really, it's attached to the building but nothing else. It's probably where there was a dumpster or something previously, and Annie leads towards the back and then just gestures at the ground here. I can't hardly make it out at this point. It's been it's been a little while now, but this I think it's blood. I don't know what else it would be.
I'll take a look.
Sure. And behind this little one little wooden palisade thing is like a little, I don't know, kind of a nest, I guess. Not a nest actually. It's like a human person settling into a comfy nook type nest.
Sure.
Go ahead and make a your choice of survival or medicine check.
Oh, we'll call it survival then.
Okay.
Big
18.
money. Big money.
18. So it's definitely old. Fortunately, it doesn't seem like this area is fairly traveled. What?
Nothing to see here.
Okay. Man, I totally lost it. No, you do spy this bit of dried blood on dirt. It sort of seems to have soaked in, but it's stained to the ground, right? It's not like on top of it, it's still fluidy, but you can see what looks like a blood stain.
Is there any indication of do I get any sort of blood spatter analysis on this? Was this a vicious attack? Was there a body that got dragged off in a particular direction?
The general vibe reading that you get, it does look like some amount of spatter. It's not just like cool one puddle in one spot. It is more like it splattered over a small area.
Yeah.
And was dispersed, but at least at first glance, there's no trail from it that you see.
Well, I could see how something like this could happen if everybody is as careless as our friend Annie over here and goes into alleyways with 4 complete strangers.
When you say that, she was interestedly sort of listening along and looking at Kurin sort of examining the scene. And when you say that, suddenly her whole demeanor kind of shifts and just and she like slowly starts like backing away.
Either way, you're fine.
I think he's just trying to be interesting or clever.
Fascinating.
You don't have to try to do that.
Would you here? I'll hand her a banana. Does she want? Would you like
What
banana?
is she, a monkey?
What's a monkey?
Oh, well, you see.
No, thank you.
All right.
We're not going to hurt you.
I'm just saying, this is not exactly a. You should probably be a little safer in terms of your decision making.
That's
Because we all just look so trustworthy.
Right.
Looks
should
around
probably
at
be-
the group.
You should probably
Sorry,
be
sarcasm lost.
a lot more discerning.
she trusted the right group this time, and
Technically, she hasn't made a bad decision yet, unless you'd like to kill her.
Not really.
Oh my god.
okay, this is not. We're getting derailed here. This is
Like
it.
still just backing away
Yeah.
slowly towards the entrance to the
I
alley.
hold up I'll, like, if it's any consolation, I serve for Henna. We're not going to hurt you. I hold up my hoist symbol.
You are a cop. Runs away.
This is entrapment.
You had legally you had to tell
But if
me
I
you
wasn't
were-
cop, I wouldn't have to tell you.
So
Should be really far back in East Country.
Murders within a statute of limitations. Mirador, apparently.
What?
So this is you said you thought she might be staying here, but that's potentially there's just not a lot going on. What did you get any sense of how much of a struggle this may have been?
There's some, but I can't tell much.
Are there any like places they could have dragged the body, like sewers or like other like small doorways or somewhere that would have been like discreet enough that they're not just carrying a body through the streets in the area?
I mean, take your pick. Like, there's no shortage of old buildings to hide in. And that's the thing that, like, right, like, it's the slums. Even if it's, you know, you gotta figure somebody saw something, but
No one's going to talk.
no, well, no one's seen anything.
Is there anyone around this like area we're at?
Not in the immediate vicinity, but if you wander out of the alley and not too far, you could
I
probably
want to look around for like for any other like areas where people might be staying, kind of like this one.
Okay.
Like that are very close. That might have been might have seen something that happened here.
Gotcha.
Short of using bait.
Right. And I'd
Kind of thinking
like
the
to just keep a
same
lookout
thing.
and see if anyone's like watching us from the rooftops or elsewhere.
Sure. So you go ahead. You just want to do that passively, or do you want me to roll for it?
I do want to roll, but I mean,
Okay. Then yeah, give me a perception
I'm
check.
gonna like shadow him, but I'm gonna be focusing on the periphery instead of. Yeah, it's 15, 16.
16 total. Okay. All right.
Shadowing her, I should say.
Sorry. Or either are you doing anything else, or just
No, I'm
Nope.
considering setting a bait trap?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So like,
It's worth a shot.
Who's going to be the bait?
no. So even
the
just like,
leader of the orphanage.
Potentially.
even just like, 2 alleys down, there's, Annie sort of peeks in. It's like there's some over there. Looks like there's a couple people that sort of, call this alley home.
I'll go in and see if I can find anyone.
Yeah, you find there's three people back here. Look like they're sort of just getting settled in with what they have that passes for blankets, and we're sort of trying to just stay warm through the night.
Yeah. You know a girl named Lethai?
Annie chimes into it. It's just like that. They're with me. If you tell them whatever you know, and they sort of like, we're unsure, but clearly they know who Annie is, and the oldest looking male human over here pipes up. Okay, yeah. Latai, she's nice. She stayed, a few streets over. Sometimes.
Do you know what might have happened over there? We saw a dark stain. Looks like a blood stain. You know anything about that?
Bloodstain? No. I mean, it's been a while since we've seen her, but she, she didn't always stay there, so it's not super. It's not unheard of for her to be gone for a while. Yeah, we didn't. Sometimes there's screams in the night, but it's the slums. It happens.
Was there a scream about a week ago?
There was a scream last night.
Not. Seem like he's hiding anything, being withholding.
Make an insight check. As far as you can tell, it seems like he's telling you the truth.
Okay. I just gonna turn to Annie a little bit, be like,
You're sure there's nothing you're not telling us? This is just that there's just been in a lot of situations where I didn't have all the information in front of me until it was too late to do anything. And it sounds like you're potentially running out of time before someone else is gone.
Or have you seen anyone new around the area shown up in the last month?
No one out of the ordinary. I don't know. I can't think of anything else that would help. If I knew, I'd tell you. Believe me.
Strange, but more and more like the only way to catch this is to lay a trap, as you were saying earlier.
Precisely.
Something to go off of, but then it's just a waiting game. What are the odds we'll catch something tonight?
But where would we even catch it?
Well, it at least seems in this sample of one that she's fairly isolated.
Go after someone alone.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe perhaps we have one person wander the streets and have the other three follow quietly.
It's not a bad idea.
See if it draws anybody out.
I think more likely we have somebody try and settle down somewhere and let themselves look like they're easy pickings to be caught unaware.
Both could work.
Seems reasonable.
I'd be I'd be fine to find a place to sleep and sit. Be convincing.
Vagrant.
Yeah.
Do make a convincing vagrant.
Unless, I don't know, Annie, you said you didn't think it was necessarily connected to your group. I just can't think of any other way. I think we have one of us stay somewhere isolated, the others kind of close by, and if we don't find anything by morning, then we go try to get maybe we can pay someone to put a better notice on the board and get you some help that way, but it doesn't seem like anyone really knows anything.
No, they don't seem to. Either that or they don't really. And I just look over at her and the other people there. Either that or they don't really care about what's happening to the people here.
Make a.
Feels bad.
I was gonna say no. Like I'm trying to think of like where's a guilt trip belong?
I know, right?
Persuasion? Performance?
Persuasion feels accurate.
Yeah, persuasion it is.
My +0 rolls have been excellent. That's a 19.
Damn.
Good roll, dude.
A 19.
That's twice tonight.
I understood that reference.
Said the joke. We're just like,
Yeah.
So one of the trio in this alley that hadn't spoken up yet. After a couple seconds after you say that, you sort of like go and start to walk away. Just chimes up. I heard a scream. It was from that way, and I saw the blood. I maybe took some of the blankets.
So I would have had my back like turned, and after they finished talking, I just like snap, turn to them. Look at how much we can accomplish just by talking.
Did you see anyone moving close by? Anything? You said you just saw blood. The body was not there.
By the time that I heard the scream, and I went and I looked, and I saw, I don't know, something big. I don't know what it was, but it went, way up the road and turned down another street. And when I went over to look and see where Lethai had been staying, it was there was blood on the ground, and I took some rubber blankets,
That. I don't think anyone here is concerned with the blankets. We just need you.
that's more the covering the murder. It's the issue. Blankets you can keep.
And the lying.
Let's not mince
This
words.
person never said words yet.
Yeah.
This is a different one of
Lying
these
by
people.
omission.
Let's
Lying by omission.
now there are
Stand by-
plenty of
stand by
reasons
the
that
statement.
plenty of reasons people might not be fully transparent about things they know.
Protecting themselves because they were worried about a few blankets.
You can trust me.
You can trust me that you'll be worried about more than a few blankets
Okay.
if you hold your position.
I think the expression for every liar, their own forked tongue.
It's like
This group.
So
How dare you?
look, I told you I heard the scream. I saw a shadow. They went around a corner. I didn't see where they went.
did you
I
see
found blood.
which?
I took the blankets.
Did you see which corner?
Yeah, and just like
Show us.
right, yeah, like goes to the edge of the alley and points a couple roads up.
You catch more flies with honey than vinegar. For the record.
No.
I'll just kind of say, as she shows us where to go, there are more ways to crack a nut than just by force. And then we'll just keep.
How do you crack nuts?
I was about to say, how do you like
Very
crack
carefully.
a nut?
All right.
Very seductively.
Yeah.
Do you talk to it?
Have you never tried speaking to plants before?
I've heard of talking
I
to
speak.
I've talked to
Very-
you and you sound plenty nuts.
I've heard of talking to someone out of their shell, but not like that.
I'll show you sometime.
Listen, I can be civil when it's worth it, but if somebody is keeping us from solving the fact that you cared so much about people being murdered, and somehow it's, oh, I hope you're okay. Oh,
There
did I
are-
offend you? I'm so sorry.
Oh, let me open this pecan.
So people are dying. People are dying.
Correct. No, we will.
That was close. It's
You
correct.
just don't want to. You just don't want to scare the information away.
Out to somebody? Yes, I do.
No, there are so many other ways to
But
approach.
why
this.
not
the
use
best
the most? Have you ever heard of? There's this saying. There's a saying that we have. It's called a meta.
And you know, we started
It's the
with,
most effective tactic available.
we started with the honey and got nothing. It wasn't until Ralos made the guilt trip
That's
down
what meta means.
that we got something.
Meta means most effective tactics available.
I
Oh
love
my
this
gosh.
group interaction right now.
Is she
You know, I
showing?
never actually knew that.
I didn't either.
That's the more you
Little
know.
tidbit.
Yeah.
Little tidbit info.
I missed it.
Most of
Meta
the-
is
the
the most
meta.
effective tactics available.
I don't know.
So
is she showing us around the corner? To the corner.
Yeah.
Solar blanket.
Yeah, she shows you.
I behead her and take her blankets. Who's laughing now?
No one.
Was it worth it? I laugh.
Alright, anyways. That
I
corner.
didn't kill her and take the blankets. I just heard she was gone and took the blankets.
No, but I kill her and take the blankets.
Eye for an eye,
It was
blanket for
Kurin
life.
all along.
I just set it up. I only have 3 sessions left.
Yeah.
All right.
I forgot that you started a clock for yourself.
Look, sounds like there's something big. That's what I'm saying.
How big was it?
About 5 foot.
Bigger than you? I don't know. It was far away.
No, was it?
Actually,
How dare you?
When it close to 5 feet or 10 feet?
Go sprints.
So if we
Neuron
can condense the
square
real world
leg.
down into a series of 5-foot squares and creatures classified as medium for like a 5-foot square creature versus
Was it-
large for 10 foot.
was
Would
it,
you put it as like a 5-foot square creature or a 10-foot square creature?
Was it running on all fours?
I'm not sure. It might have been on all fours. It might have been on 2 legs. It was huge. I barely saw a glimpse of it as it went around the corner.
It's a 3x3, guys. It's huge. 3x3.
Which
Oh no!
Confirmed.
it's a dragon.
Checkmate.
Yeah, there's. Look, I killed one of those before. I'll do
Oh,
it
I'm
again.
out. See
Oh,
ya.
We're heading out of town. See you
Oh,
guys.
sorry.
Yeah.
I'll fight him.
Yeah.
It's one
Not
arrow.
yet. In
Run away.
3 sessions, you'll
Run
find
arrow.
it.
Run up. No. He's gonna successfully kill this.
Yeah, yeah.
Or it's gonna take 3 sessions of standard arrow attacks. I can say.
I stand
CR
300 feet away. Yeah.
I stand 300 feet
I'm
away.
600 feet, sir.
Yeah. What's it gonna do? Hide?
Only 2 feet.
So you said it was a large creature. It was moving quickly, and
Sorry.
like more than 30 feet in 6 seconds, which would be rather. That would be pretty quick if it wasn't sprinting.
That's not that fast.
Which you said it went down this corner.
Went and turned down this way.
Is it a alley or a road?
This initial one is just another road. It's not an alley.
Thank
I
you.
will
Well,
go down there.
same.
I will look on the, like, specifically on the corner to see if there's any fur, any, like, anything that could have, or, like, markings of, like, something big coming through and, like, bumping into the edge, like,
Like a
something like
wallet with Lethea's, like,
I would,
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Her
Okay.
ID.
I would like to help with this check if I'm
a
allowed.
cherished family heirloom that it has her name on it.
Yeah, make an
A tracking
investigation.
Yes.
Oh no, that's still in
something
there.
I can add to.
No.
But now
Here
it's gonna
comes
be
the
bad.
one!
Now it's-
Here comes
Wait,
the
if
one.
I'm helping him, does he get advantage, or do I get to roll, or is it just him?
What would you like to investigate?
Let's say I was thinking the same for like scrapes on the ground, tracks, anything like that. That would be like the sign of a large clawed creature running quickly.
So if you're just looking for like standard tracks, make a survival check. His investigation check, I was doing more like if he's looking at like the corner of the building for specifically like fur or something.
Survival.
17.
17.
Non-natural 20.
Dirty 20.
We are in the slums.
They only have dirty 20s out here.
You can't get crit. Yes, suckers.
See,
They
now
won't
you
hit.
said it. Now you said it though. We get another combat.
Oh,
Coming
Not
for you.
You can. They only have dirty 20s here.
It's a 7. You're safe.
I'm
You
ready.
I'm Corin.
spy
Is that corn?
a bit of there's like a little like splintered corner or something, like something ran past and either hit or got caught ever so slightly. It's like a strange like tidbit of like a leathery fleshy material that's just sort of like
Tasty.
in between a couple of these splinters. You just sort of at the corner where this mystery creature would have been running past. You do spy like two. They're kind of subtle, but two, I guess. If you weren't specifically looking for it, it'd be very easy to just miss. But like two sort of claw-ish marks, sort of just after that. Looks like it, could have taken the corner a little too tight.
I will show the little piece that I found to my companion. What do you think of this? Have you seen anything look familiar at all? Any hide
have.
you've dealt with?
I know exactly what that is.
Have you seen anything somewhat
Have
familiar?
I seen anything that looks like
Yeah.
Have
I?
Yeah, even without rolling, probably not. It's, I don't know, it's a weird, make an intelligence check, make a survival check.
Near him. Straight int.
Correct. Straight int.
15.
23.
So to you it's skin-like, but at the same time it's definitely not normal skin. It's definitely got like a weird leathery texture to it that's like, I don't know, hard to place. It doesn't make a ton of sense. Kurin, you don't know precisely what this bit of flesh is, but you know what it reminds you of, and that would be, something akin to like the wing of, almost like the wing of a bat. It's not the same. It's not as paper thin as an actual bat's wing, but that's sort of the, I don't know, it's what the texture and the feel of it reminds you of.
Almost seems like a bat wing.
That's what, yeah, that's what I said.
Great minds.
Your guess is
Absolutely.
your guess was better than mine, but I'm not sure I've ever
What
seen.
was your guess?
A belt.
Right. Yes.
Only
Sorry, I
2 letters
asked.
off. That's not bad.
It's not. It's 50%. Or 66%.
I think 2 letters sounds better.
Yeah,
Usually words are longer.
that's very true.
Like fewer letters. Fewer percent. Same letters.
I'll remember that trick. And I think it might be bigger than a bat, though. I'll just like point out where the scrapes are.
Yeah, I don't think a bat killed her and dragged her off with a normal bat that size. Probably took at least one this size.
At
Probably
least,
bigger.
yeah, probably like maybe a little bit bigger.
Yeah, it might even take like a 10 by 10 cube.
So,
I
down the
will
side of it.
keep walking down this street, alleyway, whichever one it ended up being, and looking to see if there's any discernible trail whatsoever.
Sure. For this, we'll just go with the general survival check if you're just trying to find any.
Good.
How high are the buildings here?
On average, 2 to 3 stories.
I would like to climb to the top of one and start scouting from above.
I just love it so much.
Okay.
That's like thanks.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Taking a few moments to sort of like find a reasonable spot. Whether it's a sort of like wooden roof or awning over an entry or something, you've no problem. And without too much trouble, end up on top of a 2-story building.
I'll dip down as I'm trying to follow this trail. I rolled a 2, so
Okay.
I'll dip down an alley, like not finding it, and I'll just also go up top.
Okay.
I don't need to find anything. I'll just climb the top.
No, that's fair. I need an athletics check from you.
You don't. I just walk up the side of the building.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
Relos?
I was gonna say, do you do it discreetly?
I went down an alley
Okay.
and just strolled up the building. I mean, I'm not trying to hide it. I just
Would I
stroll
see
up
him
the
like
building.
casually walking to the top as I'm up here?
So you get up top first, and you start sort of like looking around at the other rooftops, maybe down the road from above a little bit, and then like I don't even know. It's probably more like just out of nowhere. He's just suddenly up top with you. Doesn't really make a sound that you'd expect someone else climbing up would make, right? Like even your several hops to get up here, made a little bit of sound when you landed, but like very quietly, Ralos just reaches the top and is standing beside you up there.
Did you find anything?
No, as it turns out, I am terrible at tracking.
I'd look around at the top to see if there's any sort of claw marks, like if they might have come up. Because if I'm thinking that, I'm thinking that they can fly.
Okay. Yeah, give me just a perception check for this.
Oh, pretty good.
21.
Nice.
21. You scan the immediate nearby buildings and don't spy any like claw marks on the buildings themselves. Yeah, nothing in the immediate vicinity at least.
Okay. With that, I'll hop back down.
All right.
I'm gonna just stay up and look around for a bit, especially while the group is still like following the trail, like investigating a bit. I want to just look around and see. I'm just curious if anything is going on at this point in the night. Like from what I can see, I'm assuming there's a decent vantage point. I mean, it's not like I'm not on like the top of a spire or anything, but
Right. Yeah. No, it's enough that you can see the rooftop of many of the other nearby buildings. At some point there's a random 3-story building
Sure.
that sort of impedes your view further on that way. But no, it's a pretty good vantage point, sort of on the corner too, so you can sort of see the road that you came from and the one that you're sort of turning onto.
You think you're sailing just like trying to follow the trail, but it's just like someone could have just like dragged a bag across the ground, and he's like, "Oh, the claw marks! There they are." It's just like going on the wrong path entirely.
Blankets Bane is the Arc 1 boss. We've been found out, Caleb. We've been planning this for
They don't know yet.
months and
They
months.
haven't even tried
And now
rolling
they know.
insight on me. They keep
But-
thinking Stefan's the bad guy.
They do?
No, they know. It's just-
I had to roll deception one time. Yeah.
it's like in Among Us when you are definitely the imposter and two other non-imposters start accusing each other and just argue loud and just like, yeah. It's
Yeah, I
like,
agree.
all right.
Right. Yeah,
we
me
should
too.
we should vote. We should definitely vote. Whatever we should vote.
Cool, I think I found the path over here.
Where?
This mark on the ground. I think it leads down that alley over there.
Next to these drag tracks that someone probably dragged this like sack of flour along.
Is that what?
Is that next to it? Or?
Why would he be carrying a sack of flour?
Well, if it's a very big sack of flour.
It's strange. I can like make some notes. Just like
Maybe, no, maybe if he... Oh, you think the murderer is carrying the sack of flour?
is that not what this is?
Well, so if he's carrying the sack, maybe he really likes his victims deep fried.
Wait a minute.
Breads them first. In a big sack of flour, just dip the human in it and toss
Well,
it
hold
in
on.
hot oil.
I'm beginning to think this
Is
might
Annie
not be
still
the right
with
path.
us?
Yes.
Okay.
I look over. These two are having this conversation. I can't hear them probably at this point, and I just look over.
I would probably not have this conversation within her earshot.
So I was gonna just assume that
They were
was-
further along. Yeah, I'm assuming in my head
Maybe
they're
it was-
further down the alley, and
Us
Fabian's
three,
kind of over with the person,
yeah. Yep.
and I'm like up here, and I look down and I'm like,
I haven't. How do I? Does it make sense to me how you got up there?
does it matter?
That's a good point. So, we didn't find anything. Oh wait, are you motioning to me, or are you just kind of shrugging?
No, I was like pointing at them and like shrugging.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not. We're having some.
So I need to think this isn't the path. Do you want to take a look?
Oh yeah, sure. So I'll look around at the path and specifically look down sort of meticulously each alley as we go to see where they might have been taken. Each alley, each doorway.
Okay. Yeah, no, this is a pretty decent length street, so there's a good number of alleys sort of along both sides to check. Make a
I'm helping if that's any consolation.
yeah, since you've got multiple sets of eyes on the case, so give me a survival check with advantage.
Bruh.
Ooh,
Well,
23.
One of those was really bad.
23.
Got rid of my really bad roll. Thank you.
So you basically just alternate sides of the street, checking down each alley, seeing if there's anything noteworthy, anything that makes you think you might be picking up the trail, anything like that. And 7 alleys in on the so like this direction doesn't necessarily matter in the grand scheme of your notes, but it bolted from across the other alley. It turned left down this road that you've been searching on, and now you searched left, right, and the 7th alley you check on that right hand side of the street. You find basically a heavy storm cellar with like the big heavy wooden doors that sort of open like diagonally and outward. But it is where the chain that may have been locking this at some point is useless and on the ground at this point. And the the center like latch mechanism that would keep it locked is smashed, is not functioning anymore.
So it is openable.
Super drunk.
Corin, it's a heck of a find.
We'll see.
I'll climb down after I see them find something
Do
potentially.
you walk down or climb down?
I climb down if there looks like there's a reasonable spot. As it turns out, I'm also pretty good at climbing.
Seems like.
As in my movement.
Wait, yeah, so are you... I was gonna say, did you descend first, or did you sort of keep a...
Once
look
I
up
see
here,
them,
or-
like ghost around something, if I can see that. But if they went out of eye shot, line of sight, I would climb down.
Line of
Eye
eyes.
shot.
Eye shot.
Okay.
Line of hearing.
If I couldn't see him.
Yeah, so, you know, a few alleys into their search, they sort of start pushing the edge of where you can actually, you know, follow along. So you know, no one's around, you discreetly descend, end up back on the street level, and you're able to catch up with them no problem. So you are not far behind when this discovery is made. And so you're leading the way in then? Or
Oh, no, I think
Sorry.
he goes down.
okay, sorry. I heard descend right after we talked about finding the
Yeah.
storm cellar, and my brain was just like, I'm going in.
Yeah, no, descend the building that I am on top of.
Small but important
Yes.
difference.
Annie, do you know whose cellar this is?
I have no idea. I don't even know if this store is in operation or anymore. I don't.
I think we'll check it out. You should probably wait here.
By
Maybe.
herself.
Maybe hide.
Maybe just head
Maybe,
back.
Maybe
maybe
head
we should
back.
walk her back to the orphanage real quick.
Yeah, that's
Like,
true.
Walk her back. We could.
Why
Annie,
don't-
how confident are you?
Why don't you stay with those few individuals for a little bit, and we'll come back to get you.
Okay. Yeah, she thinks through for a sec. Seems like a reasonable offer. And she hustles away in that direction.
What were the races, real quick, of your friends, the people that were missing, just so maybe we can be easier to identify who's who?
Kevin's like, thank goodness he finally asked. They're all exactly the same.
Human. They're all humans. They're all people. No.
Four
Lathai
crumbs.
was an elf. Ralph is a half dwarf. Civis is a tiefling. And Kymel was a human.
Oh, now you're interested.
I was certainly interested.
Who was the human? Kyler?
Kymel. Yeah, Kymel was the one who stole for them on occasion, sort of indirectly supported Annie's sort of pseudo-orphanage endeavor.
Alright, well,
Yeah, so we'll walk her back to that group and then come back here. I imagine that's only a few minutes walk.
Yep.
Stay by the cellar
Same.
while they walk her back.
if anything happens to her, be holding you three responsible.
Okay. Annie, run blanket.
It's fine. You can keep the blanket. Just if someone else, do me a favor. If someone else gets murdered, just and people come and they're like, "Hey, we'd like to help." Just tell them. Just tell them what you know. All right.
Okay.
All right. Great. We'll head back.
Okay.
Just some life advice, you know.
Yeah.
Guess we get to all roll self and see who rolls a natural one.
Exactly.
I've been rolling well tonight.
Ralos,
I do.
I think this is about to take a turn for the dangerous here.
We could always just send someone in
It
the
sure
wall.
seems that way, doesn't it?
It certainly does.
All right. So we come back. Well, did you hear anything from in there? Anyone?
I wasn't listening, to be honest.
Yeah,
I was just standing here talking to Fabian.
Yeah, I see why you weren't listening.
Because I'm that interested.
I'll
Sure.
put my ear to the door.
that was so dumb. Take DM inspiration. That was
Earned it.
that was next level.
I love it.
Just listen for any noise going on.
Sure. Yeah. Give me a perception check.
16.
And this is just to the exterior of the storm cellar.
Mhm.
Sure. 16. Listen in. It's very quiet. Nothing that you can make out. It's like when it's very quiet, you're like wanting to hear something, right? Like but there's no obvious sound that stands out to you.
I don't hear anything.
Mm.
It's a thick door, though, so.
And as long as the chance of it down there, it's just an empty storm cellar.
It's true.
I'm hoping it's not the case.
Do we see any blood going into this, any blood stains sort of along the bottom of this storm cellar door?
Give me a survival check.
I like to look for traps.
19.
Investigation check for traps. You sort of backtrack the alley a little bit, and it's tough to be completely certain because sometimes there's just different colors of dirt, but you find what could be a soaked-in drop of blood. Sorry, what did you get on that investigation? 17. As far as you can tell, this storm cellar does not appear to be trapped in any way.
Definitely not trapped. 100% sure.
I believe you.
Is there a house that this is by?
I mean, it's like on the side of a store or a abandoned tavern or something.
Anyone in there?
Not currently.
Does it look abandoned?
I mean, it definitely looks empty. It looks like looks like there's a good layer of dust over just about everything in there. Overturned, broken tables, and
Try to go in.
I mean, the door opens.
Yeah, so I go inside and before I guess I'll open the door, and you said there's a good layer of dust, so I don't see any tracks or footprints going through recently.
Nothing recent.
Do I see? I'm gonna look around for any first off, any door that would go below. Second off, any just sort of weak spot of floor that I might be able to just break in through the top.
Break into the top of the storm cellar from inside the.
Yeah, so if it's just if it's just
Basement, right?
a wooden floor over a basement, if there might be some bigger cracks I could peek in, or just pry up a board.
Sure. I mean, yeah, it's the construction of this building is fine, but it's worn. I'm sure there's probably, without too much trouble, you could probably find a floorboard that you could potentially upend that you think is probably over where the storm cellar goes.
Well, if we want, I can try to open this up and get a better look, but that'll alert whatever's down there.
And simply walking up here on these boards might have alerted them.
I think if we're gonna make noise either way, I don't know. At least there's a soft descent of the storm cellar, but I'll trust your instincts.
I think I prefer the swamp cellar as well.
Relos, any thoughts on how you want to enter this beast's dungeon?
Straight through the cellar.
Alright. I like the thought, though. Who wants to go first?
I could. Unless you want to. If you're doing the tracking. Because it depends on what it looks like down there. Maybe that'll be the first order of business.
Or do we think that right when we open this, something's going to come flying out at us?
No.
Then we can probably open the cellar door and look in.
It's a great point. I will open the cellar door.
You open the cellar door, and you see the start of there's initially just a landing, and then a flight of wooden stairs that lead down into darkness, because at this point the sun is fully set, and it is entirely dark outside.
If I had dark vision, would that help me at all?
It would.
Okay.
Alright. So you see that these wooden stairs lead down into reasonably normal looking cellar. It's like a full story flight of stairs down.
Well, I suppose no time like the present. If no one else is volunteering, I can enter.
Well, I'm pretty sure he volunteered.
Well, I can't see anything, so if you can, then it should be you.
I'll
Can-
go with you.
Alright.
I'm going to, before that though, I'm going to cast a spell on myself. I'm just going to like put a hand basically on myself and like a faint glow will appear for a second, like a red glow,
Let's go.
and then it'll just like fade away.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was
Trying to-
that or Mage Armor.
Nice.
Next.
I'm going to assume.
I'm
gonna
gonna
figure
as
out
we go
that
through
one
this,
is
I'm gonna
nice.
try to keep track of sort of where that like good spot that I could potentially like product report from up top was, and just to see like, you know, if we come to a room and we think, oh, this is probably where some bad guy is, and it's like, and that spot is above it, probably just go up there and plan to shoot arrows in from the ceiling.
Okay.
I'll lead the way. Stay close.
I mean, okay.
Do you not have any torch,
I can-
anything?
I can light something on fire, but
Let's give it a peek first, and then if
Stay.
there's nothing immediately down there, just be ready to light a torch, because I'm not going to be giving you any lights down there.
Agreed.
That's not supposed
Have
to
it
be
out.
a threat or anything. I cannot help you.
That wasn't even
I'm like,
supposed
did I,
to
really,
be.
did I really not have a torch? But I put a lantern, so I have.
Let's go. Yeah,
This seems pretty reasonable.
Probably fine.
Seems probably like a more reasonable thing to happen as a not dark seeing person.
Yeah.
Just like I can reuse this.
Yeah. Completely reasonable.
Seems good.
Well, and I assume like the hooded vest of it that you like mostly cover it up. You're
Yes.
like, okay, well let's not be a beacon.
Without having to extinguish it or like
Right.
put it in your clothes.
Yeah,
or
like,
something.
also, if it's what I'm thinking of, you can probably like actually hook it on your waist
Oh,
if you have the ring.
yeah, Dark Souls.
Yes.
Elden Ring, I should say.
Dark Souls 4. Dark Souls 4 Golden.
All
Dark Rain, Elden
right. We
Souls.
descend the stairs.
Okay.
I'll be in the front.
An expensive Dark Souls 3 DLC.
I will be beside him, assuming we can go down 2 by 2.
I mean,
If not,
it'd be like going down this flight of stairs 2 by 2. It's possible, but it's a little tight.
I will absorb the first attack.
And I will keep an eye line of them, but I'll hang kind of as far back as I can.
I'm telling
Sure.
you, it's just going to initially be an empty room.
That's what you
Yeah.
think. That's how he subverts it.
I
It's
mean,
right
you
there.
know what? Well
I-
played.
Yeah.
Well played.
So
Let's try to be quiet. As
we walk through.
I'm just yelling. Well played.
We'll try to enter stealthfully.
Roll stealth.
Yeah, we'll stealth.
Stealth.
We're
How many
stealthy.
pit traps are in this basement?
Yeah.
Oh, none.
It's exactly equal to how many actual ones you roll. Spikes come out of the
You
stairs.
step forward and there's
No
just
pit traps.
there's one
Pressure
tree.
plate.
The stairs are actually a what is it?
Slide.
A phantasmal image.
Yeah.
Once they're just fall. Actually, that'd be a really cool phantasmal. Like if someone
Yeah.
if someone ever made an adventure who was like, screw it, my person's afraid of heights. Phantasmal image. The stairs disappear out from under you, and you're just falling, and you just like take psychic damage from the fear of it.
Yeah.
Kind of sick. Coincidentally, the stairs disappear, and you take psychic.
Not that I've thought about.
Great idea, Caleb. The stairs disappeared.
Let me flip this
That's a great
D1.
idea. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
we'll
a great
do that.
idea.
Yeah,
That's what
we'll do that.
Man, that's way more interesting than what I had
Kevin
planned.
just
Any other
the
ideas?
stairs disappeared.
That's stepping now.
Guys in the first room, phantasmal image stairs. Anything else, you guys?
All right, so you guys are
Stealthing.
trying to be rope wagon on the stairs. All right,
Stealthing.
go ahead. This will be a group
Not a one.
roll. It's not going to be somebody totally fails on a one. However, if like multiple of you get ones, then
We fall down the stairs.
Corin trips and knocks all four of you onto your faces at the bottom.
If we all rolled natural ones, that would be amazing.
I would be down.
20.
I mean, if you guys all rolled natural ones, this basement would suddenly become like a fun room thing, and the stairs just go flat and smooth. You slide down, and
It's like
suddenly we're in a demon carnival or something.
You found the
Lights
Arc One
flicker on.
boss, yeah.
Oh, you tripped
You
and
said-
fell in the astral plane.
18.
18,
20.
20, 13, 13.
Okay,
Okay, we did.
yeah,
That's
pretty
fine.
solid.
That's
You
like,
guys
yeah.
definitely succeeded on at least a moderate DC group stealth.
16 average. That's solid.
Not bad. So you quietly creep down the stairs. Fabian, you were the first one to reach the bottom. As you come down, obviously, I'm assuming you're immediately trying to scan the room as much as possible.
Eyes are closed.
And it's a pretty. Please be nothing. Please be nothing. Please be nothing. No, it's a relatively large basement cellar with a stone floor. There's various emptied and knocked over crates and barrels. It smells bad down here. There's some. It's it's pretty obvious the smell of some sort of food that's spoiled in the cellar. The Kurin, once you enter and sort of, I'm assuming the lantern is in action. Yes, no, maybe so.
I'm trying. I have it on, but it's hooded, and I'm like just
Enough to see literally a step in front of you.
pretty much, and like if he's ahead of me, if there's any like turns, I'm trying to keep the light from going around said turn
Sure.
ahead of him.
Easy peasy. So there are no turns to the stairs. The stairs sort of go along the back wall of this cellar.
Okay.
And once once the two of you with dark vision sort of give it a once over, it's a large, seemingly empty cellar. There's some barrels, crates, rotten food. On the so
For the giant bat.
Fabian's a zombie.
so you guys descended the stairs that go along the
There's an arc too.
we're gonna say the back wall. On the opposite side, you see a somewhat smashed, heavy wooden door with a bunch of crates and things that seem like they were in front of it. It looks like someone pushed their way through, and the crates moved far enough out of the way for the door to open, and then that was it. And then the door is ajar.
The door is open towards us, or
The door is open towards you.
okay, and it pushed all the barrels that were in front of it out of the way.
Yeah, like further into the cellar.
Should it push any crates?
It hasn't unlocked that ability yet.
I said crate's the first time.
It needs
He said
HBO
I
don't know why
strength.
it was a really good dog.
Crate and Barrel sponsor us.
And
And then maybe the door could have moved.
fill both of those with melody. All those
Yes.
What? You know?
And oars and
What do you
ginger
think's in the
beer.
crates?
That's
Yeah.
the most expensive part of the Moscow ambulance.
So there's
All right,
I said
Yeah,
that.
well- continue moving forward, I assume.
stealthily look, and I would like to sneak up to the door and
Sure.
take a look inside.
Okay. So once you guys are fully into the basement, judging by the position of the building over the cellar you walk into, most of not the frontmost part of the floor that you were looking through, but most of that main room's floor would just be over top of the cellar.
Okay.
But you cross the cellar and go and look through the doorway, and you see a hallway in front of you, about 5 foot wide, and everybody make a perception check. Auditory, if that matters, right?
10.
I'm a pretty
19.
12. Well, this works out as you were the first person to go and investigate the door. You hear the faint sound of running water.
Okay.
It's happening again. Kids.
It sounds like it's coming from the other. So this is a 5 foot wide hallway. That's how long? Did you say?
Goes down at least 30 feet or so, and makes a right turn
Okay, and it sounds like the sound of running water is coming from.
from somewhere down that hall.
And there's no other like exits down either side.
Nothing obvious that you can see.
All right, someone's home. Just be ready.
What do you hear?
Running water. It sounds like. I'm not even totally sure if there's some. I mean, are we near like a river potentially? Like it would be an underground access, like a river. Running water is a little surprising.
I mean, there are sewer systems in
Oh, okay.
in certain cities.
Gotcha.
It's not like every building has access to running water, but at the very least, there some sort of waste disposal.
Got it.
There is a river that's partially the reasoning for the original placement of the city of Iridor is there is a prominent, helpful river that comes down from the Anterra Mountains that would be entirely reasonable that some of that river flow be diverted and sort of used as some sort of waste disposal sewer system.
I will try to sneak up to that next corner and take another look around the edge.
Okay. Yeah, you creep forward, still being quiet. You look around the corner. You see another hall that extends down another 30 feet or so before it opens up into a larger chamber, and you see a pool of water.
This is a very elaborate storm cellar.
Yeah, definitely is. I'm gonna grab his shoulder real quick. You are not down with us.
Correct.
He is not able to follow on the roof through this whole thing, right?
No, he
He's
came
not-
in.
That was a potential thing he was doing. He's with you.
Okay, I didn't remember
He-
when you came down.
If he
Yeah,
thought you
it's
were
sort
going to
of
fight something, right? Are you not?
You're not-
I'm keeping you guys, like, I'm basically right behind you guys
Like
because, like, it's a tight space. I'm just basically as far back
Okay.
as I
Yeah,
can.
and the floorboard thing was like look, a basement. We think there's a monster in there. Let
Yeah.
me just pot shot it from
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
safety of my
I didn't
hole
know
in
if
the
you were
ground.
still up there.
No, I'm following with you guys.
That is my bad.
All good.
Um,
Yes, the mic is on.
So there's some kind of pool. I don't know if the river underground is letting out here, but I'm gonna try and get a little bit closer, see if there's anything that's moving around there. Otherwise, we may be going for a little bit of a fishing trip.
Lovely.
I will sneak up to the next threshold and see what's in there.
Okay.
If possible.
It's not possible to die.
No, so you move forward basically to
sense,
the
like,
opening.
this whole time, doesn't matter.
And in front of you, it's just a huge pool, basically. Well, pool is generous. It's not the cleanest water you've ever seen. But there's it goes past the edge of your vision. At this point, the sound of running water is very obvious. You can see a few different tunnels connecting to this main sort of pool chamber on both sides. And the pool extends beyond the limits of your dark vision opposite you as well.
Nothing else on in the chamber that's at the end of the hallway. No rafts or anything else.
No rafts. There is a small a bit of walkway around the edge of the pool, so it's not just okay, it comes to an end and then it's water or nothing.
Is it still in a structure, or are we in a cave now?
It's still man-made. You're not in the basement. You're under other buildings, other parts of the ground. You're not under that same building anymore.
You've made it to the dark lake.
Do we see 4 red eyes
Right.
in the distance?
If we do, we don't look at them.
Yeah,
And we leave.
I stare at them.
That would be.
Kevin spent a year writing Out of the Abyss.
So we
flavoring out of the abyss.
In
Above ground.
Anterra.
Does it look like we could walk along the shore, for lack of a better term, for a
Yeah.
while? Okay.
It's-
mushroom child.
At least so the room that you're in, from what you can see, looks to be rectangular. And so there's path at the front that stretches and at least feeds into the first set of tunnels that go in either direction. You also can see far enough that there's other walkway, currently not a connection though, but the gap is, if you hop over a 6-foot span of running water, you could jump to the other side.
It seems like, I don't know, what do you guys think about this? You can probably use that lantern now.
I would agree, and we should also probably look for some claw marks.
I'd agree. Take the easiest paths first if we don't find anything, but hopefully we find some direction to go here.
Is there any kind of writing anywhere on any of these walls? Any kind of thieves markings about this being a safe passage? Any kind of
Make an investigation check.
natural 20
Ooh.
for D&D Beyond D&D starter dice? Apparently rigged.
Tamil.
24.
24.
That's 4 more than 20.
It is.
So
That's his modifier.
on the upper portion of the wall in the tunnel that led you to this chamber, and a bit on the ceiling, you see scratched claw marks on it. And then at the opening of this chamber, the trail of those scratch marks seems to stop.
Okay, I immediately look up all over the ceiling. There's nothing on the ceiling right now, correct?
Correct.
Okay. That got really frightening for a second.
You see claw marks on the ceiling.
Right next to claws.
Right.
Claws. Attach to a creature.
Roll for it.
So at the edge of the pool, they stop.
Yeah, where the tunnel runs out and it enters this chamber, you don't see any more claw marks after that.
You should probably keep that lantern a little
Just
bit
a
lower. I know, I changed.
New
New information has come to light.
You need light again? I'm so confused.
It's definitely here. I'm guessing it's something that likes the water and can swim. Does it look like water has been splashed onto the shore? Like it dives into the water?
No, with your natural 20, no. There's no, there's little droplets along the edge, but just what happens when flowing water, sometimes it hits the corners and splashes a little bit. There's no signs that anything jumped into this pool of water.
Can you see the ceiling?
Yes.
Even in that room?
In the room, the scratch marks are on the ceiling of the
You
tunnel.
haven't gone that much deeper, so the ceiling's not super high here. It's like, maybe 15 feet.
Gotcha. Sorry, am I in the hallway leading up to the room with the pool, or am I in the room with the pool where I see these scratch marks?
The hallway has a little bit lower of a ceiling,
Yeah.
or like 8 foot. The main pool chamber is like about 15 feet.
Got it. I think that if we want to find this thing, walking out onto these planks is probably the way we have to go.
It's still stonework. It's not like flimsy
sorry.
wooden planks. It's
Bridges.
Yeah, this was engineered and constructed with purpose. You are in a purposefully man-made sewer aqueduct, whatever you want to call it.
Of some degree of smuggling use.
Yeah, this is
So the Glomok ended when he got to the bigger room. Did he jump in the water, or did he?
doesn't look like he jumped in. I think he probably took this pathway potentially. I don't know, maybe he doesn't.
Hopefully, we should see some more claw marks.
Yeah, it's a bit confusing.
We
Just-
might as well check each of the two more accessible. Two of the tunnels are more accessible, and the other one's where the water flows, right?
So the tunnels are still water flows. There's this strip of walkway that's around the edge of the pool
Okay.
follows that, like how when you're like, oh, I'm in a maze, take every left turn, eventually get there. If you took every left turn, you'd stay on this little thin strip
Mhm.
of path into that next tunnel.
Do you guys have a strong
But you
preference
see
left or right?
multiple tunnels of you see up to the edge of your vision. There's at least 2 tunnels on each side.
Does the water flow into those tunnels?
Mm-hmm.
Flows from them or into them?
Yes.
But okay, there's water in those tunnels.
Yes,
though.
all
Yes.
of them.
That's
Yeah, that's what I was figuring out.
Let's
okay.
Think of it like a classic sewer scenario where
Yeah.
there's like the little.
Yeah,
walkway
like a little
on the side.
sidewalk
Yeah,
around.
exactly.
It. Sure.
Exactly like that.
It took me a second, but I got there. Gotcha.
do we
Oh, either sounds like we just head left, unless we went to. I mean, if we look into all the tunnels to see if we see his clues.
yeah, I think that's for sure. Let's go do you guys want to take the left side first or the right side first?
Well, there's a walkway on the left, so left.
I would agree.
There's a
There's a
walkway
walkway
on
on
both.
Oh, that.
You could
He said stay left, so I thought.
No,
right. I
that's
was just
the
using
maze
the maze example. Yeah. But if you
Please stay
go
left.
left or right, the walkway will take you to the first tunnel on either side.
It was a Freudian slip. We go left.
We go left. Let's go probably still fairly quietly, but
Trust me, bro.
I would assume.
I would guess that the water also somewhat drowns out the sound of us walking.
Yeah. Grounds.
I don't know if you're trying.
I mean, you hear the little it was raining here 20 minutes ago. It's slight splashing as you step right.
Oh, hey guys, we can talk about the normal volume though.
Yeah.
It's a small stream here.
Man, imagine the thing that must live down here, huh?
It's probably real stupid. I don't know. Running water, am I right?
I bet it can't even hear us. What'd you say? I said I think I can't hear us.
Is your water running?
Catch it.
Better go catch it.
Catch something from this water.
I will look down the first tunnel on the left and see if there is anything down there or any more scratch marks or signs of movement down that hallway.
You look down the initial left tunnel as you sort of going in this direction gets you further in. You can see that there's at least a third tunnel on this side as well, past the second one. This initial tunnel leading off seems like the water is flowing out of the pool here.
Okay.
and the tunnel immediately like curves to the left.
Curves are like turns, like a 90-degree turn.
A 90-degree curve over some amount of time. It's like it hangs a left turn from your current perspective.
Any signs of anything walking down here?
No, nothing walking down here. No footsteps, no big splashes of water that seem out of place.
How deep does the water look?
You can't tell. It's so, especially at this part of town. If there's a point where the water enters the city and it's very clean, you're on the other end of it.
Got it.
So it's a little.
My friend Breach led me this 10-foot pole. If I just stick it.
I have a pole. It is 10 feet.
I almost want to stick this.
Yeah, that's. I think we just keep heading down until we find a tunnel that leads us somewhere. I don't know. Anybody have any other ideas?
Take a peek down each tunnel, see where
Correct.
the claw marks are.
Make a perception check for me.
Uh-oh.
It'd be what? So the lantern's
Do
back.
his fingers match the claw marks?
Disadvantage because it is dark down here. It is visually based.
11.
11.
Jane, actually.
Okay.
Waffle? Egg.
So, obviously there's not really enough. You guys aren't stacked up on each other. For a brief moment, you think you might have spotted something in the pool, but you look for it for a second, and it's flowing water. It might have just been a weird way that the wake caught itself.
I fire an arrow in the water. I just, it's an arrow. It's running water. I figure like a splash is not going to be the most.
No, that's fair.
You
fire an arrow in the water.
Kurin?
So you guys, would hear the slight splash, hear the twang of the bowstring,
And
sort of
whip
turn
around
and look and be like,
Did you see me sort of staring at the water?
and I need the two of you to do a roll off of d20s for me.
Doing rollies.
No, that's
Yep.
not what it's called here, brother.
Dice game.
What if I want to lose this? 14.
5.
5. A massive green head pokes out of the water. I imagine you're basically you're just past like the corner where the tunnel curves left, and this enormous alligator
Oh my gosh.
reaches up and just tries to chomp on your leg.
Cutting words.
It is going to be a dirty 21 to hit.
I am casting Silvery Barb.
Yes, sir. Do it.
And I will give myself. So I'll distract it, blah, blah, blah. So it has to re-roll. And then on my next ability check, attack, or saving throw within the next minute, I have advantage.
Okay.
Against it or in general?
In general.
That's good.
This spell is bananas.
12.
That misses. As it turns out, my AC is not that high right now.
So I don't necessarily think it does. It doesn't have to have like intelligence for that to work on it, right? Since like it's a
No.
enchanty. I don't know.
You just
me as like a
distract
potential
the triggering creature.
Do I get to actually have attacked this thing? Since apparently I made it angry.
Well, this is going to happen either way. But you can, make an attack roll at disadvantage.
Ooh, 12.
12. You're not sure if it hit or not under the water.
Sure.
But, okay. We will take a short break. I'm going to draw a map, and then we're going to roll initiative after a quick bio break.
BRB. Alligator.
that this alligator was kidnapping people.
What's an alligator doing in a sewer? It should be a sewer gator.
Ah!
But he's kidnapping people.
BRB.
grand reveal.
And we
Oh,
back.
reveal grande.
Dun, dun, dun. This is the most like centered map and combat
Yeah,
on
I hear
camera we've
big
had in a while.
round.
Clearly, you guys are all
Hell
going to
yeah.
run.
Correct. I mean, do you see this tunnel over here?
We can pass it around if you guys want to.
Oh, that turned out sweet.
That's so dope.
That looks good.
What's on the ground? Leaves?
Yeah, it's so it's like paving stones with some leaves.
Okay. Well, a giant alligator just tried to eat, almost said Nero, Ralos. So let's go ahead and roll some initiative.
And mega dig it.
Gosh, I forgot how good these look, even like before they're painted.
Yeah.
This one definitely feels like it looks better than my first.
I
Maybe,
agree.
like the detail just looks a lot
Way
sharper.
sharper.
Yeah.
Way sharper. Initiative
Initiative.
of the runtime.
16.
Dang it.
18.
10.
12.
Okay. Kurin,
Support going last.
you are up first.
9, if it matters. Sorry.
I think there's something in the water. I fire an arrow, another arrow at it.
You don't
yeah.
say.
Yeah, go ahead and make your attack roll. Sorry, it was 16, 12, 9?
19.
19 absolutely hits.
What is this? 5 damage.
5 damage. Yeah, absolutely. You don't see your other arrow protruding from where you can sort of tell. It's mostly surface at this point. But this second shot absolutely just like straight into the side, a good clean hit, and deals a solid bit of damage. The giant alligator is up second. It rolled a natural 19, but has a -1 to its dex.
Love it.
Yeah.
Cut
It
down.
is
Done.
frustratedly going to attempt its attacks at Ralos again.
Whirl.
Wow. Imagine.
The bite attempt is a natural 1, and it just
It
like
hits.
so it just comes.
I get hit on 1s and 20s.
There's about a
That
50%
actually-
chance for
That'd
Kevin.
be some pretty dope, like magic armor, like Achilles armor. It's just like a huge buff. So it's just like your AC is enormous, and also now you get hit on ones.
You
That's
get
kind
crit
of,
on 1s.
oh, maybe you're immune to crits unless it's a 1.
Or no, you could get crit on 1s and 20s, but the entire range, you're just nuts in between.
Yeah. AC
Okay,
of
sorry,
30,
yeah.
but
So no,
for
so
someone in 20.
it lunges out of the water. You barely avoid the first bite, but it just basically is like flailing, chomping towards you, and it actually is going to shut up. It is going to whip itself around someone, and its incredibly long tail is going to thrash out.
I put my tail back.
No, it is actually going to whip its tail
You can
around
whip it.
at Kier.
Oh, snap. That range, baby! Get smoked.
Clearly it doesn't.
It clearly.
Yeah.
as you can see.
Kevin's book of alligators over here.
That is going to be a 16 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. Let me.
I'm having to keep my characters
Ooh.
straight.
Holy
like,
crap! Yeah,
Thinking of what I
that
can do
is.
here, I'm like, no, I can't make that attack an opportunity.
Yeah, it's going to be a total of 12 bludgeoning damage as this just like it's just straight muscle and it just slams you into the wall. And I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Oh, great. I'm really good at these. 12.
12. You are knocked prone in place.
Okay.
It
Did it move here to hit you with that?
No, it's super mega.
has reach
Super mega death
on,
rocker.
on its tail.
I assumed, well, okay. It doesn't really matter to me, I just thought.
You're prone.
It's 15 feet from him right now, is why he's asking.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it could position.
It would need to move 1 square. So,
Meta
It
whatever.
will gladly do so.
Okay.
It doesn't really matter.
attack.
Move.
It's triggered my trap.
Kier, it is your turn.
Would I get to attack with Ralphus being close or no?
I mean, I would definitely say that he's engaged with it.
I do. I just like
Congratulations.
kick my legs up and just
Yeah.
You guys are
Now we're going
couple.
steady.
pull out my weapons and just do a double sort of plunge into
I don't
the
think it's
water
gonna
as best
last,
I can.
though.
Trying to get at it.
Okay, I mean, at this point,
Seems pretty
a decent amount of it
cold-blooded.
is up out of the water still, right? Like it's trying to
I think he's gonna wet
snap
feet.
at Relos. So yeah, go ahead and give me some attack rolls.
Trying to decide if I.
Just be like, see you later.
Given that he got alligator.
How many attacks did it have? 2?
Now
The
that,
tail and the mouth.
Yeah.
Get
now
him.
that I've seen him hit a 12, I am much more incentivized to not hold punch.
Ooh, man, I really wish I'd done it. Damn it. 25 on my main hand. And
Yeah. I think that hits.
I hope so. And
I think that hits the Demogorgon.
Got him somewhere. The Demogorgon.
Somewhere he's out there.
weird nerve twitch in the abyss.
Yeah,
Talk about a
yeah,
sneak
yeah.
attack.
Yeah, he's out there. He feels a twitch. He's like, someone would have hit me just now.
Demogorgon knows every time.
Some
someone
level
tries to hit that
3,
hit him.
some level 3 adventurer would have hit me just now.
I'm gonna go make eye contact with him.
No.
It's fine. He probably can't even survive one
Squish.
rock throw.
I'm a squish.
No.
No,
No.
definitely
Yes,
not.
he could. No, he couldn't. Yes, he could.
What do you know?
Does a 14 hit on the offhand?
A 14 just hits. That is the
Oh,
AC.
dude.
Boy, oh boy.
Dude.
5 plus 4 is 9, plus 4 is 13 total damage between 2 attacks.
13 total damage between both attacks. Yeah, I mean, you slice in. Its hide is tough. It's a sturdy creature, not resistant. It just has, it's huge. It's like a 15 plus foot alligator.
Alright, and since I don't want to get knocked prone again, never mind, I used half my movement just trying to fucking
Stand up.
Yeah, so you should have 10 feet left for where you were, I think.
Yeah, so I could disengage and move here.
Move here.
That's about
Disengage. Wait, did you attack? Oh.
What?
You ever hear of a cunning action?
Bonus action disengage.
Bonus action, disengage.
Hey,
Oh!
wait, how did you offhand attack?
Oh, right. Never mind. I'll stay there.
Well, so this would still be in his threat range, right? He has reach,
Yeah, technically.
so
Running off the
No
map.
matter where I
Running
go.
off the map.
I missed a step here.
What do I see?
Dead
Unless I
end.
bonus action dash,
I mean, you can
just can't do.
There's a great.
Great.
How do you think we're going to be bound to this?
I.
Okay.
Not next.
Ralos is next.
All right, so I will.
It was the dumbest thing ever.
Excuse me.
Stop your dumbest thing ever.
Excuse me. That is a contested title. We have had plenty of dumb things.
just
sir.
tonight, sir.
All right, I will kick it off by,
We should.
as I do, I'll
We
draw
should.
my sword and get like into my
Too long.
stance as I'm preparing to
I 100% agree.
kill a croc,
Okay.
Do that. You should play the
and I shall attack him with
the quarry.
advantage because silvery barbs.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Those look bad.
They look bad.
They are bad. If you were wondering, a 3 and a 4 probably
I
no.
don't think you have a plus 10.
I don't. As it turns out, I have not hit him.
Okay. Yeah, still ever so slightly taken aback from this creature emerging from the pool. You just, you make
It bounced
contact,
off
but it
his
glances off. Yeah.
Wasn't
It's just got a very tough
Did you make 2
hide.
attacks?
To win.
No, I just want box.
Anything else, Ralos?
That is all
Fabian.
I'll turn around and I'm gonna look in the water. Does it look like I see? Does it look like the only thing in this room, or are there other moving shapes in the water? Hey.
6 more gators.
Yeah.
Here. I mean, you can use your bonus action or action to make like a perception check to really try and scan the surrounding pool area.
I will bonus action
Okay.
perception.
What a waste.
Natural 1.
I didn't even see it. I
The
just
thrashing,
feel
the
just
flowing
fell down.
water,
No, I
the
did not.
waves coming off of the thrashing gator. You
Is it one's a
you have no idea.
jail?
You say perception is a bonus action?
I will then look at this alligator and look at how much it did to cure already. You look like you don't need any help, and I will cast Bane on the alligator.
Okay.
I'm looking from
What kind
Yeah.
of save is this?
Charisma. Well, no, that's like alligator doesn't need.
Oh, I'm like, I need help. That's great. My legs.
How does a 5 do you?
That fails.
It is Bane.
Yes. All right.
Let me know in session 6. You gotta spell to land.
Oh my
He
gosh.
did with some cantrip.
Fabian already more effective than you are. mate.
Already.
First time you failed saving throw against them, I think.
I
En
agree.
masse. Yeah. Fairy fire partially. No, that was yours.
Me.
That's-
You haven't cast a ton.
I have
You've done
cast-
Dissonant Whispers a few times.
I have cast a spell, or one or more wisdom saving throw spells, except for last session, every single session.
Oh, so we're 1 for 5
We're
now?
I think we're 1 for 9, but that's okay. We will get there. We will get there. I thought making somebody else roll dice instead of rolling a spell dice would
We
be the
have-
answer.
We
Yeah.
have a Bane.
Oh, we do? I will look for the Bane thing, and then
I'll
I
look for
will
it.
hang out here because I cannot inspire anyone, because I have looked for more alligators with my bonus action. And certainly none are right here to interrupt this concentration. There's no shot.
Do we have an
Certainly
alligator
none.
ring?
Yeah, I think there's. I'm gonna put like a D4 out there just to, or
Other
like
Banes here.
just in case. Like I
And
think
sorry, what does Bane do again?
Did you
Minus-
say you're going to put a D4 out there, then you put a chance cube
changed-
into play?
it's a D2. All right, it's close.
Which is notably not a D4.
True. I read the wrong pocket.
It's half as good.
D2.
Bane is minus 1d4 on all attacks and saving throws.
All right.
For the next minute.
Here's my Okay. We are back to the top with Gordon.
Pretty good.
I'm
for you.
going
Compounding.
to.
Yeah. Compound interest.
Exactly. Nature's miracle.
I'm going to take a shot, and with this shot, I'm going to. So I'm going to pull back my bow, and as I do, it's going to sort of crackle with this greenish energy, and as I loose, I'm going to use a grasping arrow on this thing.
Okay.
Or,
Remind me what the
sorry,
heck
I
that
make the attack roll first.
does. Sure. Okay.
Oh, it doesn't work.
Oh, no.
It doesn't work.
Oh.
It's thrashing around at this point, right? You're just trying to hit this thrashing, moving target, and just, it harmlessly hits the water.
It doesn't crackle. It just looks like an arrow.
It just pops.
Do you have to hit for it to work, or do you do it before?
I get it. It's on a hit.
Okay. Hey, so when you want to find that D20, I just got that before. It's gone forever. It's
Okay, you can
green.
have this.
Okay, thanks. Oh, okay, it's not the blood.
You're lucky.
The lucky.
You're lucky it
Rallo's
wasn't.
D20.
Alright.
Okay.
I'd have been like, oh
Oh.
Where
You
did they
should
go?
have been normal in school. Good job bullying the shy, lacking in charisma alligator. Very heroic. You should have been normal in school. Oh my god. Okay. It is the gator's turn. And
Damn it.
it is going to.
Which gator?
Yeah.
The one we see or the one right next to.
Yeah, the one next to me that's going to end my concentration.
The only one that's currently in the initiative
Ah.
order, which would be the visible one. The invisible alligator, you don't know when he goes.
Sure.
Just dispense the weird amount of water.
Right, just, Empty silhouette, vaguely alligator shaped. Oh my god. Okay.
It's just a log.
the gator is going to again attempt to bite Ralos as it just keeps trying to get at him and chomp down and try and pull him into the pool.
Stop.
It is a whopping 15.
Minus 1d4.
Minus 1d4.
Not that it matters,
14.
but I like to see him lose even more.
Fair.
Sure.
Total
not.
of 14. Okay.
Let's go.
Yeah.
The Bane coming in clutch.
Yeah, dude.
You get to count that as a heal.
Exactly.
Yes!
That's an assist. Let's go. Yes, sir.
And
That's
it is
an
going
RBI.
it is going to turn and try and whip you with its
Count
tail this
his,
time.
his skills as your RBIs.
Exactly.
That is not much better. Is it Bane on everything that it does there?
Everything.
That's a little bit tragic for me. So,
I don't think it gets to.
13.
Oh man,
That
one
one
was closer.
was a -4.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Haha.
So much value.
So much value.
That was a close call for me, man.
Imagine.
Alright, done without you.
Imagine if we didn't ban this.
It may have chosen to try and make clear.
Oh my god.
Imagine.
I'm so sorry.
No, don't be. I'm not. I wouldn't make the joke if I was frustrated.
It makes me feel better. If he had just happened to attack me,
He would have missed
it would have been.
Exactly. No, I'm here for it. I'm a level
Here,
3
we are
character.
to you.
Things do not.
Oh! Stab.
Teeny, meeny, miny stab.
Natural 20.
Whoa!
We get to do dice stuff.
Ooh.
Bro.
Oh,
Hot
that was
dog.
just average.
Oh.
That was worse than average.
13 plus 4. It's still 17 damage.
17
The gator
on
dies.
the crit. Yeah. Nice.
Crikey.
It just starts speaking.
It's like,
Speaking.
Why are you doing that to me?
And here I was just trying to defend my home.
G'day,
from these
mate.
intruders.
G'day, what are you doing?
Let's put another shrimp on the barbie.
What he really says is, "Good aim, mate."
Good aim.
G'day, mate.
I'm gonna move there.
Okay.
With a bonus action disengage.
Touche.
This time I did not.
Yep, I was ready. D20.
I saw
it.
you.
I was like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna hit him.
Disengage.
That one.
This one.
Ralos, we're back to you.
I shall make a basic attack against
Tackle.
That's so basic.
I'm out of mana.
natural 20.
Oh! Because it's Bane.
Yeah!
Thank you. We couldn't move out of the way because it was big.
Oh my god.
Hey, also any subsequent saving throws that you decide to make
Exactly.
at minus
Nine.
Will be
one.
minus
9
D4.
points of slashing damage.
9 points on the crit there?
Yeah.
Okay.
You should just go bang random people.
I'm thinking about it. Yeah. They tripped. Ah, look at that guy.
Yeah, so seeing this
Some
thing
dude's like
looking like
flirting with the
it's,
girl and you're just like,
looking like
bang.
it's really struggling mentally for a second, I'll take advantage of its insecurities. As it's looking at its side, it's like, maybe I have put on a few extra pounds. I'll slice towards that extra spot that's sticking out.
Probably sit down.
Oh, see, now I feel bad. Like, it's the alligator media perpetuating these alligator stereotypes.
He had time. Look where he's living. Like, he didn't have a future. He's
Literally living in a sewer.
literally
Oh my
actively
God.
in a sewer eating people.
Well, we don't know that.
You know,
He hasn't eaten anyone.
Anything else?
No, I'll just scowl at this creature that keeps trying to bite me.
Okay. Fabian, we're back to you.
I'll turn around, and while I'm concentrating on Bane, I subconsciously picking up on all of its idiosyncrasies and newly developed social anxiety from this encounter, I will shoot it with a bow.
Will you?
I will not.
Will you?
Man, the door was open for some vicious mockery.
It
and you're
really
just like,
was.
I'll fire my bow.
I gotta save some slots. I've made that mistake before.
Save slots with vicious mockery.
8 does
Might
not
run out of
hit.
cantrips today.
8 does not hit.
I'm out of mana. It's a cantrip. I'm out of mana.
And then I will look out to Corinne with my bonus action. Be like, Corinne, hit it. And I will give you bardic inspiration.
I like that your inspiration is just the worst coaching.
Do it. Just do it. Just do it.
Just hit it.
And then,
Just
and
hit
then
it with an arrow.
the response is for you, and it's like, you know what? I mean, that I should.
Yeah, exactly. It's
He's
effective.
You're right. You're
He has
right.
a point.
He's absolutely right.
He has a point.
Corinne, back up to the top.
You know, he's right. I should hit it with the bow.
Where
Just
are my
do
sword
it.
pointing? It's right there.
Ooh, 26.
Bro,
The
you're
Demogorgon
welcome.
shudders again.
Oh, thank God it's
You know what? I
painful.
rolled.
Yeah, thank goodness.
It might be close.
Imagine.
Yeah, so 26.
A 0 on your inspiration die. That's rough.
Yeah, so this
So rough.
time, as I pull back my bow, it'll crackle with green energy, and I will loose it, and it hits it, and the energy sort of like spiders out and just like wraps along this crocodile. So it's going to be
Oh, sir. Sir.
Man, this is a sewer Wendy's.
It's going to be 17 points of damage. Do you need it split up by type?
Oh yeah, it is.
I do not.
Okay.
17.
Nice hit.
17
Nice
points
hit.
of damage, and
Yeah.
then
What's the save?
It's painful.
so
Minus a D4. I'll tell you
no
that.
save. Its speed is reduced by 10 feet, and it takes 2d6 slashing damage the first time it moves on each of its turns
It's got negative
for 1
6
minute.
feet.
What?
No save, yeah.
No save.
I know we talked about this at some
Huh?
point. I'm just trying to like.
Negative 6 feet.
So the brambles.
Bro.
Until any creature uses an action to remove the brambles
That's what
with
it
an
was.
athletics check.
Okay,
That's
I was
a
like,
DC
I
14.
knew there was something that wasn't just this is damage permanently for the next minute.
Yeah.
But okay, right.
moves.
Well, conveniently, this 4 intelligence alligator is not going to know to remove brambles from itself.
So I'll say, it's going to be slower. It's going to hurt if it moves. So back up from it and make it chase you.
We hit
So,
you.
I am going to take a few steps back.
Okay. It is the gator's turn again. And
I say that, and I hop behind you, and you're just like,
does it
hold
just
on.
take? Does it just take it,
Looks like he's shredded.
take it when it moves, or does anything, or just start of its turn?
moves like act like.
Actually, takes a movement.
Yeah.
Okay.
And its movement is reduced by 10 feet.
Okay. It is going to make another pair of attacks at Ralphs.
Take damage.
It could matter this time. We got a natural 17. We got a 4.
Boom!
21.
I mean, I'm just not gonna let that hit. I'll shield.
Okay. Yeah, fair.
You did that.
I did that.
You did.
I did that.
I mean, yeah, I was like, wait, oh no.
And that's Bane for you. That's
Attack.
Remember having parry?
yeah, what a spell. What a spell. What a feature. Oh my gosh.
On the bright
We rolled
side,
the greenie.
if the alligator next
What?
to you attacks you and
Natural
breaks your
20.
concentration,
Nat 20.
That 20?
It happened.
Wait. I will make. I will use silvery barbs to make it look like there's a fish in the water and distract it.
Okay. So is it just spell slot to
Disadvantage.
force a reroll?
At disadvantage, and I will give.
It's basically
you advantage on your
unblocked,
next
right? Because
attack.
it's not.
Oh, I can't see him.
I
I'll
think
give
it's
you
imposed
advantage on your next
disadvantage.
attack.
It's not you keep the next roll. It's
I impose disadvantage. If you roll again and you take the worst of the two,
It's just a reroll. It's not. You just reroll.
oh, it is just reroll.
And you no, it is disadvantage. Sorry, must reroll and use lower roll. So it is imposed disadvantage.
Okay.
and I give him advantage on his next attack.
Oh, you can give that to someone else too?
Correct.
Yeah. Gotcha. All right.
He uses a lot
I'm
of
rolling
It's
the
sweet.
I'm rolling the killer d20 for this one. See if I get back to back.
I mean, if that's the case, it's destiny.
Yeah. She wrote in and was like, I really want you to hit Lenny.
15.
Not gonna be a 24.
Not gonna be. What was it? Oh, is it 24?
The shield
I thought it
is
was 25.
still going till the end of the turn.
Right,
And
shield
I
is
don't
20.
have mage armor going right now. Because I got the studded leather and put it on. That's why I didn't cast before going in here. Because I was
Okay.
like, I can't have it and studded
It's
leather.
not a nice clean 20 anymore. Okay.
Well, it will be. It's just not today. Because
Um,
I wasn't anticipating a fight.
yeah, that'll
We
do it for
started
the
today.
alligator's
I
turn.
wasn't
Here.
Yeah,
anticipating
yeah,
it.
true. Just like the
I have to play honestly.
yeah, it's like
If I have bonus action high, does that work here?
Um,
Can I move out to throw a dart at it? I'm not sure how stealthing works in combat.
it feel. All right, just vibe of the situation. I don't feel like that would make a difference for your dart. You still have sneak attack and everything. I don't know.
Okay.
ABC
I
always be
will
written.
move out.
Hey,
2, 3,
1
4,
in 20 times, you just get gone.
5, 6.
Definitely more frequently.
No,
That's
no.
how it works.
I'm just gonna move forward.
well,
And throw a dart.
advantage.
Okay.
1 in 7.5 and 100. 7.5 out of 100.
13 plus 5, 18 to hit.
Definitely hits.
And
Get 'em.
2.
See, we took anti-crit tech this level.
Times 2.
That's 9 total damage.
What I told Jordan
We're
about
saying
this
7.5 out of 100
9
because,
total
like,
damage.
It'd be 1.5
Yeah,
chance. I don't
yeah.
think
It is
that's how
still.
it works
It's
out.
just like flailing
Probably
at
not super far
Ferralos,
off.
like still just trying to pull him into the water. Something, spin around, hit him with the tail, and you just come in with this dart and just like straight into the eye, straight into the brain, and the thrashing just stops.
After one more round of attack.
I dropped Bane.
Can I try? Actually,
Oh my god! It was literally.
does it sink?
What was that? What were those the odds of?
Rolling a natural 20 on an advantage.
On disadvantage?
Is about 10%
Not quite.
Oh, on advantage? Yeah.
on advantage.
Oh.
So like 1 in 10 times you could get
So, did you want to skin this one too?
Well, we should
It's
probably.
probably sinking.
I was gonna say it's
Yeah,
it's
which is
big
why-
and heavy enough that it just
So
like
as
it
it starts
stops
sinking,
and just
I assume you asked that.
Should I grab it? Or grab its tail?
Grab it.
No, it's fine.
Alright.
It's fine.
I'm not grabbing an
We're not
alligator.
plus-
That thing is
Hey,
gonna be
we
like
have to see-
700 pounds.
Plus, it's covered in sewage, and there's probably still something worse.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Here.
Also, more.
Are you okay?
I'm
That
not
thing
brain
is
dead.
like
I kept talking
700
about how
pounds of
my
muscle.
leg was shredded, but then I remember that I hit the tail, and so it's just actually just ribs that are broken.
Yeah.
I don't know how I got those mixed up.
Adrenaline. A lot of
Yeah,
pain.
and broken ribs,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
Uh,
Be all right.
I'm just gonna go ahead and cast Cure Wounds on myself. Selfish. Who else is hurt?
Yeah, selfish.
Emotionally, and he's sinking.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's fine. He started out down there. He's just going back to his friends.
He didn't actually die. He just feels so bad that he.
Oh my God! Really?
The Bane
All this
killed
dirt. It's a really good excuse to just sink to the bottom and
The Bane
hide.
killed him. Let's be honest
The
here.
Bane. I mean, imagine that fight without Bane.
His spirits. More than anything. His spirit died more than anything.
Absolutely.
Does Bane deal
Thank
damage
God you're
or
a good
is it
sport,
still-
man.
It is a flat minus 1d4. It's a first level bard spell. That's what it is.
Imagine having something like silvery barbs instead of that. Man,
Yeah.
what an awful,
That'd be
awful
terrible.
thing that you would have.
Yeah. I have good spells and I have good spells. You know, Bane's
I
one.
mean, there's a lot of worlds where that spell does just like
Oh.
turn the fight.
That
For
spell
sure.
is great.
I mean,
Oh no, I'm here for. That's why I cast it. But in
the-
this
that's the
fight,
thing
it
that
was
makes,
integral.
like-
So that's why.
that's why it's important.
Yeah, that's why we saw.
Yeah, but if you ever get to like Bane, like, oh cool, we're outnumbered by a bunch of goblins.
Oh
this
no,
will just
trust me. I have been the DM that has been baned out of most of my attacks. It happens.
Yeah.
I will.
I was nearly baned out of an attack in that fight.
I need to keep my. How many times do I get crit count going? We're in 2 consecutive weeks.
Critting.
Well, okay,
Love
so
At least we have the reroll now. The force.
Oh no, that was the
That's-
plan. But it is worth. We should track the day. I have an uncanny ability to get crit.
It's the seat, man.
Yeah, it's the seat. I should have switched seats.
I guess so.
it was the
Listen, I
dramatically
don't
green
doubt.
gear
I don't
die.
doubt the odds of it rolling. I'm crit. I'm the crit target.
Crit.
Yeah.
I am grit.
Okay, so this thing is sinking.
Yes.
And stinking. Am I
Hey.
right?
Does it?
Actually, that smell is
What?
sewage.
Oh, okay. It's not. Well, I mean, never mind.
Do its
I
claws? Oh, you.
No,
You.
you were still talking about the crocodile.
I wa-
Go for it.
Did its claws look like they matched the scratches that we found elsewhere in its general like size and shape?
So to try and get at give me a investigation.
As he
check.
does that, I'm going to look around at these different tunnels for other claw marks or blood stains.
Okay. Survival check.
I would like to. I'm guessing eyeballing it. The flesh that I found is not the same as this hide of the crocodile. Like just
Absolutely
eyeballing
not.
it. Yeah, okay.
Oh no. Non-natural.
Figured, but worth
Also
just
checking.
checking.
Don't even need a roll for that
Yeah.
one.
I had a feeling.
24.
20.
Survival checks have at least
20?
been on point
Yeah,
tonight.
you guys are
Yeah.
popping on.
Big pop
This-
off.
So the
That's
couple
what
there's like a couple scratch marks on the stone where the gator just sort of reached up to try and lunge at Rallos. Doesn't really look similar. These look like short short scratches, and it's hard to hard to imagine a creature of that sort of size and length and
Girth.
Imagining this alligator like coming out of this.
That's what I was
going
like,
and punching down people and pulling the back.
It was running down the street, carrying the body.
I got you. Let's go.
with the little teeny little gator arms.
And a sack of flour.
Oh my god! Oh no, that would explain
That's
the dragon mark. It's its tail.
Oh! It's all adding up.
We solved the mystery.
Oslo, Detective Agency. They sure solved this one.
Incredible. So
Is it dinner time?
I think that
It was
we
for him.
I think we solved the case.
That's keep looking just like
We spend the rest of the night like pulling out the gator and like cutting it open and looking for remains.
Killed me for some reason. I don't know why. You're like,
I missed
let's
it.
keep looking just in case. I killed him. That was that funny.
It's just that time of night.
It was just so well timed.
I mean, if you want to, I'm pretty convinced. But like, I guess we could keep looking.
24 to find the tunnel with the actual bad guy.
Just in case.
Okay. So at this point, the gator's body is just sunk out of sight.
See you later.
I definitely did it earlier.
Oh my
Snuck
gosh.
one in. I was just waiting to reset.
It was during mine and Lenny's just barrage of puns where we were somehow talking, just the two of us, catty corner, which was one of the more impressive conversations we've had.
Oh my gosh.
It's like we kept going without interrupting. We just kept talking. Great. Anyway.
Okay. Yeah. So you are in sewers.
Bunch of dead people. Yeah, let's go find them.
Mm-hmm. Morbid dead things.
I knew he was gonna.
All right, no one go unconscious. I can't bring you back up.
Oh, okay.
Maybe he can. I don't know.
We'll see what we can do. I cast speak with dead.
I'm so mad at you.
The spell takes, but you don't speak gator.
Dang it. Crikey.
Oh, I'll translate.
Rocky.
Crikey.
What does he say?
Hear what you
Or
got.
maybe it was for what?
I'm so sad. No.
Alright, so Kurin with 24.
Okay, sorry. Short scratch marks does not match the claw marks that you found on the street.
Crisis actor.
You don't. Within eyeshot currently, you don't spot any more large scratch marks or claw marks.
I would walk to these, at least these initial kind of 4 tunnels.
Sure. And so there are, once you walk over, and again, it's like a 5 to 6 foot hop to the other, to the next ledge over. And there are 3 tunnels on each side. And then opposite the way that you entered this large pool chamber is, sort of the stream of water or one of the streams of water that's flowing into this chamber.
That over here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you don't see any more claw marks on the ceiling or the side tunnel.
Trail's gone cold, has it?
Must have been that. I guess we killed it.
All right, that's
I've
good.
been trying to tell you guys that for at least 12 seconds.
What?
Anyway, I think we should probably pick a tunnel and start walking down. This one curves a bit.
Nothing wrong with that. Some people like it that way.
It looks like it was the best path forward.
I'm not sure what you mean.
Curving tunnels.
Anyway, I think we should walk down, unless Kurin, unless you saw another route that you'd like to take.
No, if I didn't see anything.
Curved tunnel.
Good as any.
Yeah, so the 3 tunnels that leave on this side all seem to just head straight in that direction, parallel to one another. At least what you can see from the entrance to each of them. And on the side with the initial curved tunnel, the middle one on that side goes straight, and then the third tunnel goes straight for a bit before it starts curving to the right.
This one right here.
Yeah.
The next one. I didn't draw the third tunnel on either side, but yeah.
Nope.
Okay.
You don't
Yeah, so we'll head down this tunnel then.
Yep.
down the first one.
Okay. It's not down here, then we don't have to draw.
Yeah, so you basically just follow along that left side then. The curve is done after about 30 or 40 feet, and then you're heading, basically back in this direction. And just after the curve, there's actually sort of a weird split. So the curve comes down to like a point, and then a mirrored curve, like curving back up. So almost you still end up going in that direction. Yeah. But the original curve still also goes down to, right? So it forks in a funny shape.
Anybody have a strong opinion, left or right?
Stick left.
Just keep going left.
Left it is. Let's go right.
I mean, if only in York, you're gonna tell us when to not go left.
I agree. Who's this? I mean, I will say, if anybody knew how to read rocks, they would be right at home down here.
True.
Continue.
So you head down the tunnel to the left. It takes you, I am not sure of the actual cardinal direction for the purpose of this map, takes you south for 50 or 60 feet before curving back in that direction, further away from the main chamber. The water that you're walking with is flowing out of the main pool and in this direction, so you're following the flow currently. Cool. After about 100 or so feet heading west through this tunnel, it makes a right turn, taking you back north a short distance before it meets up with a different, wider stream of water flowing further to the west. But here there is a large metal grate that basically covers the whole of the tunnel heading in that direction.
I suppose this is probably a dead end.
Assuming there's no way through, yes.
Yeah, it's, there's enough space that you could you could reach an arm through, but you're definitely not getting yourselves through this grate.
Korean, do you want to look around, see if you can track anything through here, see if maybe it's worth just turning around?
Let's just check down another tunnel.
Go back to the split.
Sure.
Seems like the
Go back
best
to the
move.
fork
To
and
the split.
go sort of straight through.
Okay. Yeah, you backtrack back along to the original split, and this time head right instead of left. The mirrored curve completes, and you're once again heading westward. And you head that way for 40 or so feet before this tunnel meets again with a similarly sized, like wider flow of water heading south relative to you, but when you look at the flow, just using spatial reasoning, this thicker flow looks like it's gonna head south a bit and then turn and then probably meet with where you just ended at the end of the tunnel. Okay. That said, there is more tunnel north of you, the source of the larger flow of water.
Let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you mean the path directly opposite of the entrance of where we came in?
No.
So like the one over here, or?
No.
No, you're still all in this half of
So
tunnels
this
and things.
split left and right.
Yeah.
The one side we went all the way and came to a grate where there was the big flow. We are now on the other side of that grate.
Yeah.
There was a path that we could still go from the source of the big flow. I'm sure that his map will probably be better than my verbal explanation.
Yeah, so.
We can go to the
The
right.
bottom part. You took one part of the fork and then the other part of the fork, and they both lead to the same place. But there's more tunnel
I
and
see.
water.
We are
above
right
that
by
on the
his pinky on his right hand.
Sure.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
We will do that.
We will follow right hand.
Also, thanks Internet for the map. It was a great one. Ha! That was a super great pun, but not on purpose.
It's great, man.
It's
Great
pretty
job.
great.
Great map, great job, great DM. all great.
Wendy's.
Wasn't copyrighted, was it, the map?
I hope not.
Just wanted to make sure you wouldn't get sued.
Oh, man.
I resent laughing at that because you denied my terrible Procter & Gamble pun earlier today. It was really bad though. So I get it. Okay. So north of this, so the fork seems to, end up in the same spot from two different directions. That said, you can, the second tunnel that leads out of there is the other source of water flow that becomes the thicker chunk of water in this bottom right hand corner, right? So like fork, bottom route, middle route out of that tunnel.
Yep.
And there's a larger alcove there at the end of that second tunnel. Seems to just be a large barren space. But there is a 10-foot wide tunnel leading out of it that makes a quick right and hooks north. So further in the direction of Caleb in our map scheme.
Okay.
It's not a very long tunnel, about 80 feet or so down. The obviously you're hearing the sounds of flowing water from everywhere here, but it becomes a little louder here as you, when you reach the end, to the right is basically a large circular chamber with 5 grates that are flowing water falling into this larger circular pool of water that seems to be flowing out the opposite side from you. So back in the direction of the main pool chamber as far as you can tell.
Anything in here?
A bunch of water. Anything more than that is not immediately apparent.
Okay.
It's a brother.
Well, we'll go back and try to investigate any other branching paths that have come off on this sort of western side of the map.
Okay. So the third tunnel, this time as you leave the main pool chamber, the water is flowing. You're walking against the flow of the water here. And this tunnel heads west for about 30 or 40 feet before it curves to the right. And you find yourself, so there's another fork, but you find yourself basically on that opposite edge of the circular pool room.
Mm-hmm.
And there is the tunnel sort of jogs off to the north. It doesn't seem to be flowing as much in that direction, but there is path in that direction nonetheless.
I'll go that direction.
Okay.
Indeed.
You do to switch here because you're on like the wrong side for it. You do need to each make a at the opening here an 8-foot jump without a running start. So I don't remember. I'm sure you're fine just by default. Turns out it's a motif. Trying to remember what it is on here. Standing
Like
water
your
jump
strength
is a number of feet up to your strength score, but half when you don't have a running start, which you do not have here.
Half of my strength score.
Not make that jump.
Same.
So you have to have a strength of 16 to make a jump, right?
To make it without a check, yes.
I will make a check.
Check. Check.
We could check other tunnels.
We don't know how deep the water is.
It's also sewage.
I mean, are you telling me you've never? Oh,
Not intentionally.
Well, no, of course not.
I'm happy to.
No.
I've jumped in sewage plenty, and yet I still don't. Just rather not do it again.
No, I mean, I understood. We'll just don't fail the jump.
Couldn't we just?
I hop over and I look back at you and go, "Are you sure you want to jump over here?"
Couldn't we just easily backtrack this to where the gap is like 5 feet?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, let's go do that. That's head point.
And I hop back.
Yeah, all right. That was just, I mean, that was very impressive, though. Just want you to know that. We will go look for a place that's a little bit easier to cross.
As we're walking together, you know that just sounds very patronizing, right?
Well, it's very.
In a love way.
It's very. I mean it very genuinely, though.
But
Is it the timing or the phrasing?
yes, I mean a little bit of both. To be honest.
Yes.
All right. Well, I'll work on that.
Listen, delivery matters with people. Trust me.
I'm aware.
Yeah, you were a courier before, right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly what it was. I just talked to a lot of people.
All right. Let's see if we can find a spot.
All right, so we backtrack. Were there any other branching tunnels on this western portion?
None that you could
We
find.
will go to the eastern portion of the map.
I mean, we don't want to just cross right here and go deeper first.
Sure. I don't have the map written down, so
Oh, okay.
if that's
So the
Yeah.
part where we would have to jump across was just wider there. If we just have a running start, all of us can just hop and
Go in
then
the
do
back and go in.
that deeper
Sure.
route.
That's
And
good.
then we'll finish up this side. More or less.
D&D jump rules strike
We had
again.
a very long conversation with Doug about this. That's not for on stream though.
Is it that they're dumb?
Yeah, and that is the short of it. Yes.
I have my own. Yeah, I
Fair.
wasn't.
Like I said,
I wasn't there for that conversation, but I have my own opinions as well. But
yeah, like I said, we can carry it on.
Okay. So you backtrack into the main pool chamber when when it narrows again, just to the 5 feet gap that you can all comfortably jump across. So you.
what if you can't? Do we have a running start?
The running jump.
Oh,
We'll have
okay. We're
space
good.
now.
Okay, cool.
Do you have a strength score higher than 5?
Oh, well, I thought it wasn't a running start.
We
Well,
do
it's
have
not a
space
running
now.
start, but as long as you have 10 strength, you can
I
just
know.
make a 5-foot jump.
Well, we should have. We don't have space between like. We won't be able to get a running start from this side to this side.
Yeah, I mean, that'd probably be fine.
That's what we're backtracking to, so that we can actually just get the running jump.
Sure.
That's what I thought we were doing. At least.
That was what I thought we were doing as well.
Yeah, in my brain also, it was just like, I think like anybody could just make a 5-foot jump if they needed to, probably. But
Even from standing. Yeah.
No.
No, I mean.
I just, excuse me, I assumed that's
I
my bad.
cannot.
Okay, so you backtrack, you hop across to the other side, and head back down that western tunnel to the bend, to the fork, where it curves back up and ends up heading northward. And what you find is, from a flowing water perspective, a dead end. On the other hand, there is a wooden door, like a man door, like not a huge like gate type door, just standard old door.
So is the water that is in this tunnel just stands like sinks? Is it not really moving?
It's moving somewhat, just because there's other water moving.
Okay.
So just it's not
But it's not
flowing over here. Yeah.
Okay.
The man door down here though is on the opposite wall from where you guys are.
So you jump back over what you're saying?
So it's you either would have to make the jump here or at the other point where it like met at the big circle chamber. Those were sort of the two closest points where you could make the jump. And the actual door itself is not entirely closed currently. It's already open a little bit.
I gotta get to the other side.
How far is the jump here?
Here, probably similarly about 8 feet.
Can do we have a running start?
No. And the curve like works against you here too, so there's not even like a weird like curved running start that you could take that would actually be helpful for you.
At the other place where it met up, do we have? Is it narrower, or do we have a running start? Can we make a safer jump there?
To get a running start, it basically would have to lengthen the jump, right? Because it's like the end of a curved section. So where the pseudo straightaway would end, it would be a slightly longer jump across, but you'd have a running start.
I mean, I kind of like that one better.
Yeah, that's
Maybe
fine.
they can like jump and like push off the wall with my momentum, like get across.
You know,
Better than that.
when we get there, I'm going to give you one heck of a pep talk. Like, you got this.
for jumping across some water.
Well, Lance, is that with a running start, or is that a
Either
standing?
way. Either way.
So what would you say
So
Lenny Sturl can
I-
just standing long jump?
what was my highest? I mean, way further than what Rallos can do. Like, I think what was at least like 10, 11 feet. I think I could standing long jump.
It's a pretty far standing.
I can jump really. I can jump. I can do a long. My dad's long jump is insane, but like I can do a pretty good standing long jump. But like I'm not an adventurer that's like out. Like I'm not in a world of magic and like insane.
But
all right.
you're also not in. I mean, this
Doesn't
is going to
matter.
be a stupid.
So this is exactly what Doug said. But strength rules for carrying capacity.
Okay, so
We're going
stop,
there?
stop.
No,
No,
we're
we're not.
going there.
No, we're not.
You asked. We're going there.
I don't think I asked
You
anything.
basically
Okay,
did.
so we go back to the circular chamber and we get a running start and we jump over to the other side.
Okay.
You can carry 1,200 pounds as a strength 20 character while wearing 600 pounds of carrying capacity.
Agreed.
Yeah,
That's how
no.
bad
So
that
if you guys carefully,
Nero could only jump 9 feet.
you in turn carefully make the long jump at the mouth to the circular chamber. And I think each of you are fine at that point.
So the running start, yeah, I think we're good.
Yes.
Okay. So you guys leap over the water and land dryly on the opposite platform.
Yay!
Woo!
Cool. We go to the door.
Great, I promise.
Obstacle
So we go
overcome.
to the door stealthily.
All right. Give me the good old group stealth check.
Natural 20.
Hoyt. You're safe for the first one.
Feels bad.
Yikes.
2.
For a total
Distinctly not a 1.
11.
7.
11.
Yeah. 7.
Woo! We float silently. Somewhere in the world, there's a pit trap that seals up.
Yeah, very quietly you approach the door. As you get nearer to it, the sounds of flowing water begin to be accompanied by a second sound that's just a squishing, chewing, gnawing type sound.
This is just some guy eating. We should go back.
Just some dude with KFC. is
Sir,
probably
this
fine.
is sir, this is a
We
Wendy's.
did already get our guy.
And who's in the lead? Who's going first?
Probably me. I can see.
Is there any light there? Yeah.
There is no light.
That would be me.
That's better.
Okay.
And I put my finger on my hooded lantern, ready to flare it up.
As you reach the door and peer inside, you see this like hunched over form on the far right side of this larger room. It looks like it's going to be about 20 by 50 feet.
Oh my gosh.
The room, not the creature.
Oh, okay. I was like, we have made a wrong decision.
In my head, I'm like, does he think he's out of the creature?
Yeah, no, I was like, this is a dragon. We did it. Like,
And it's an ancient dragon. Okay.
All right, we'll just
Kevin gets the big blue
get
thing.
out of here.
my apologies. Okay.
But no, it's this hunched over form that has weird, not bone protrusions, but really pronounced, like, you know, where your shoulder blade is in your back is very pronounced on this creature. And it looks mostly humanoid-ish, except the arms have this, like, fleshy portion hanging down from both sides. And it's got like a ridge of dark fur up the middle of its back, and some strangely like pointed, very large ears. And as you like just stare at this creature through the door for a moment and taking it in, what do you do?
I will cast message to, I believe I'm going to cast message. Hang on. Yes. I will cast message to Relos. And do we go in hot?
Probably.
Alright. I cast. This is probably a surprise attack. I will shoot it with my bow.
This is a surprise attack.
Yes. Okay. I don't know if that means I get advantage on it or not. I don't think it does. But
No, this gives you advantage.
let's go.
It's not dodging you.
Oh my gosh! Are you kidding me?
You have inspiration?
I do, but can I use it after the fact?
Sure.
Okay. It was 1 and a 6.
Poor lad.
Oh my
You
gosh!
Well, it helped. It went from
did
1
help.
to 6 to 8.
Right.
It's not going to hit, but it helped.
Gosh.
That is
Probably not.
13. 13.
Does not.
Just give you this back.
It's close enough. We were never
We tried.
here. That bow shot by itself. Goodbye.
So you fire your bow, and you know it looks like it hits the hide of the flesh of this creature is tougher than you expect, or rather you hit very close, but instead of like hitting the meat of its torso, this arrow pierces through the wingy flesh underneath its arm, and does no damage. And you know, your arrow fires, pierces, clangs off the wall, and this creature immediately stands upright and turns in your direction. You see the full height of it as it is, you know,
40 feet.
It is 20 feet by 50 feet. It takes up the whole room.
It's a ditto.
No, but
It's a gelatinous cube.
you
Just
see
the whole-
this creature rise up to take up nearly
Oh,
7.5 feet tall.
Man, it would have been great.
A
to
very
hit that thing.
hulking stature to it. I also don't own the rights to that image, so thanks to whoever drew it because it's dope and perfectly gets this idea across. And we are going to start next time we play by rolling initiative for this monster.
Oh,
Do we roll 2 or?
Huh?
no, just the monster rolls initiative.
Yeah.
Yay!
All right.
I am gonna practice my dice rolls during this next week. Although I was hot. Okay, it's literally combat. I can't, because I was, so
It's-
16, 12, 12, 20, 20, 19, 24, 9 for initiative, 6 for perception, 8 for attack, 20 for investigation after the fight was over, and then 13 through 3 d20s.
Whew.
It's just combat.
That's insanely tragic
That's-
consistency.
That is insane. That's all good.
You're not even begging for bits, man. You're just begging to participate.
I would like to do a thing. I'd like to hit
You
something.
banged the guy.
I did, and think about that's true. I did save that fight, so we have that going for us.
All right. Well, until next time, we'll see what this ridiculous-looking creature is. Hopefully, Jordan learns how to roll some dice successfully, and hopefully, this D20s will not be the bane of this game for him.
Hey.
See you next time.
Bye. Look, if he dies, he dies. That's how the dice roll
Dice,
sometimes.
dice.